Okay, so I did this one wrong. It's not going the direction that I wanted it to, so whatever. I'm just gonna roll with it. So here we are. Um, man, I hate that. I really wanted it to be turned the other way. Is there a way to turn it? Ooh, it don't look like it. Can y'all hear me? I want this turned. Hello, everybody coming in. I'm sorry that I have it turned the wrong way. I'm just gonna have to. Ugh, I'm mad. But I'm gonna go with it like it is. So I'm gonna turn it a little more this way. This is the video that I'm gonna cover. I might get into a second one. It just depends on how we do with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one started here. Hello to everybody coming in. Again, I'm sorry about how it's turned. I couldn't figure it out this time, so we'll go ahead and start it here. IG Farms, it's all about God. I'm out here in the outdoor kitchen. Oh, and this video is from when they were staying in the shed shack and the little $200 trailer. So Megan is about to explain what they have going on out there. IG Farms, it's all about God. I'm out here in the outdoor kitchen, absolutely enjoying God's nature, and the kids are running around. Tim went on an errand, but I'm whipping up something I've never made before, so it's kind of exciting. It comes out of a challenge because the stove we found, well, actually, the oven. Happy birthday, Long Hair Don't Care. And hello to everybody that's coming in. Um, who smelled like goat meat, Tim? And we found out was not working yesterday. And I tried to make some rolls and I couldn't make rolls, but I did the rolls on top of the stove in a pot, kind of like an English muffin. And it turned out really great. So I'm going to try to actually do some cinnamon rolls a similar way and make cinnamon roll like English muffin breads for breakfast. So I'm excited about trying out this new recipe. So Megan is saying that she tried to cook some rolls in the oven and found out that it wasn't working. So she's having to cook on top of the stove instead of using an oven. So that's what we're about to watch is her version of baking on top of the stove. Sometimes God uses challenges to direct us in the right way, like the prophet Balaam and the donkey. It's like he was trying to prevent him from going a certain way, and Balaam just kept whipping the donkey, whipping the donkey, whipping the donkey. But sometimes God uses a challenge or a block, obstacle to get us to move in a different direction, but we don't heed his warning. So maybe God is using the challenge of the oven to have me create something extra special that I never would have thought of or created. So I'm excited about just following God's direction, even if it means that my plans don't work or the way I think things should go isn't the way things actually go. So we'll. Her screen looks a little foggy. I don't know if she didn't clean the lens while she was recording or if it's foggy out there where they are. But that's her looking like this and not me. See how it turns out. I'm making a little cinnamon raisin bread from, this is leftover daily bread I have on the bottom. Then there's a layer of butter. Then there's a layer of brown sugar. And then I'm going to put some raisins on that. Roll it up, slice it, and because I don't have an oven, I'm going to do kind of like a English muffin style, cooking the cinnamon rolls on top of the. So she says she's going to be cooking on top of the stove
And I think my light, the reflection from my light may be in the way, but right here is something on the ground. Oh, the TV is not in frame. Over here, this is something with some liquid in it. I don't know what it is, but whatever that is, I wouldn't want it that close to what I'm cooking. And this is what I was saying videos back about how when she would cook out here on this thing, it would be so filthy. All down here is just nasty and grimy. Um, you can see water on it, and I'm gonna assume that that's rain or something. And she just has her stuff sitting up there. I don't know. It doesn't look very sanitary to me, but that's Megan. And yes, the English should sue her.
Stove and see how that works. So just wanted to show y'all what I have going here on a Sunday morning for a brunch. We're gonna see how these little cinnamon raisin muffin breads turn out. Now I have my cinnamon. There's a bee over there. Now I have my cinnamon and my raisins on there. So I got a layer of my daily bread, a layer of the butter. Then I've got a layer of brown sugar and a layer of raisins and cinnamon. And I'm gonna roll this up, slice it, and cook it. Alright, so I've got my rolls rolled up now. I had to split it in half because it was just getting too big, but I got them rolled up. We'll slice them and get them cooked. So I'm just cutting the rolls that I made that I showed you before. I'm even using this little.
She should get a bread maker. That's a great idea for her, because clearly they like bread as a staple out there for them, and I think she knows how to mix it. I think I'm not a baker, so I don't know, but it's always the execution that's off. I I may have seen Megan bake something one time that looked edible. Other than that, it just always is questionable to me. So a bread maker would help her out so much.
Plastic knife, and so I'm showing you just cutting it. And it's got like raisins and brown sugar and cinnamon and butter, and I think it's gonna turn out great. So I'm just gonna show you inside the pot what that looks like. And I still have a lot of space to fill, but I have a big roll over that I'm cutting up, so should work out.
So now she's inside of the little tiny trailer cooking, in the little $200 trailer. She's cooking on top of that stove that they had in there. So the oven, she said it quit working, but I don't think it ever worked. I think she tried to use it and realized that it didn't work. So she did something the day before. She said English muffins on top of the stove, and they turned out good. That's what she said. We don't have video proof of that. So now she's trying her hand at this on top of the stove while Tim is conveniently running an errand. Megan is up cooking breakfast for the boys, which, that's rare. It is so rare to see Megan cooking the boys breakfast uh, before they had to do anything else. But that's what's happening right here. And Tim is running an errand. Thank you. Let me go back. Never given. Thank you so much. Never given up. Okay, it put it down on the second line. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that so much.
Here's what it looks like now. Oh, smells so amazing. It looks really good. I might have to try to flip it soon. So,
She couldn't have ever watched her mother cook to do the things that we see her do. And this stuff is sizzling, so there's no baking taking place at all. She's frying these cinnamon rolls. And I would imagine it's in the butter that she used.
oh, well, we're gonna let it percolate a little bit longer. Oh, that smells so good. And then we're gonna flip them and see.
What you do today changes what you need tonight. Get personal.
How's everybody's weekend going? And happy Sunday to everybody. Uh, hey, Mari, I see you finally made a live. I'm glad that you were able to make it. I know that you're one of the ones that have told me you were missing them. So I tried to do it earlier because I'm usually like around 6 or 7, so that it wouldn't be so late for everybody. So I'm trying to do better, y'all. But we have birthday people in here. How's everybody else's weekend going? I make cinnamon rolls all the time. She uses too much sugar. Right. And the way it sounded, too much butter, because they definitely sizzling. They are definitely sizzling. Hello, Susan. Okay.
I have now with these, and they look absolutely amazing. Amazing.
And then she added raisins. You know, I know that some people like raisins. I'm not a big raisin fan like that. Would y'all have added raisins in it? I don't eat sweets. And then I'm not big on baking. So I'm speaking from what I would have done, and I wouldn't have added raisins to mine. But does that sound good to y'all? Hello, hello to everybody coming in. Brandy, hello. Running errands. All right. Working. Exactly. That's why I wanted to say that. I don't think that he is just running whatever errand it is. I feel like he knows that that stove is not working, and that's where he was getting his extra meals in. So when we go back and look at this type of stuff, you can figure out how his weight got away from him, because they're having to stick to, Megan and the boys are having to stick to whatever she cooks, and Tim is out there doing God knows what while she's locked away behind those gates. And this is before Emma. This is when they were just still living in the shed shack and the $200 trailer. I don't like raisins, so I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I don't like raisins either. Like, I know I see them sometimes in sweet stuff, but I'm not a raisin fan. And Megan adds raisins to a lot of things, so I was just wondering.
So I'm just going to give them just a little bit more time. I put them back on low. I'm going to give them a little bit more time on this low setting with the top on. Let's grab the top. And then I've got this little bitty piece left, and I'll fry that up the same way. And those look amazing. The boys are going to be so happy. Boys? Good. Let's see how it turned out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looks like cinnamon roll, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Raisin.
Awesome. Yeah, with raisins. Yeah, so good. Mmm.
So this table is the one that they started out with. And so when they moved into Emma, this was the first table that the boys had. And then they moved them to the one that they just got rid of. So this is their original eating table. And they're out there with dirty faces. I know, because I have it set up different. It's hard for y'all to see it the way I have it set up. But their faces are they have had no water touch their faces at all. They're just up, living, breathing.
Yeah, you gotta come get some. Since you're on errands, you gotta come eat some of this and look at this. Let's see.
Right. I see where you said she should have used a water pot underneath it. So I did Google, well, not Google, I looked up another video on here to see how you would do this on top of the stove, because again, I don't bake anything. And that was what she did too, was did a shallow bath of water, and then stuck another pot in that pot, and that's where the rolls were. Then she covered it with a towel, and then turned the stove on and did it that way instead of what Megan just did. Because Megan is really just frying them. Here comes the goat herd.
He got back right in time. He smelled it. Again.
Look at that.
Can y'all see how, where is it, how burnt that is right there? I hope y'all can see it. It's just as crusty as it want to be. Just crusty. That's all she did to that breakfast. But Tim is clowning, but we know that his belly is full. At least I know his belly is full. I truly believe that he ate when he left. And that it was just convenient for him to need whatever it was that he went and picked up. That's not a hungry man coming back there. Looks like burnt biscuits. It is. It's burnt. It's very dark right here. Let me see. I can back up just a little because it did show it just a little better.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
He got back right in time. He smelled it.
You can probably see it a little better right there. That one, you can see how burnt it is. And I'm sure that some of the others are just as dark. But that's Megan and her cooking for you. And this video isn't very long, so I do have another one that I'm going to play in behind this one. But this was the first one that I wanted to let play. Whole new meaning to burnt offerings. Yes, a whole new meaning to burnt offerings. And Megan has offered a lot of burnt offerings to her family that we've been since we've been watching them.
Again.
Look at that.
Hey, that's good, like samurai.
Yeah, it pretty much is. All right, I fix your plate. All right, y'all. It's the end of the day, and I'm really just sneaking away and taking a walk on the farm, and I just got a chance to just think about the day and really just the past couple of weeks that we've been on the farm, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you all and just reflect. And I was thinking about how, you know, a lot of things have gone really, really well on the farm, and then some things have not gone well. Some things we planned for, and they just...
This video is only 3 years ago, and Megan looks so different. Like, she's changed a lot in that short amount of time. It's like she's aged a whole lot more. And I know you're supposed to age, but it looks like she's aged more to me. Like she's been doing hard living out there instead of her life getting easier.
Haven't panned out. Like last night I was trying to make rolls. I was trying to make bread for a meal, and
yeah, you said she seemed more real back then. She was. It's like when Tim took the camera from her, she started becoming him. You know, we watched him breaking her down. So we had the video where he made her do the repenting for everybody. And that was him breaking her down. So anytime Tim would give Megan the camera, he would get positive comments under his video. But then somebody would have something to say about him that was negative, and he didn't like that. So he took the camera from her. When he took that camera from her, her entire personality changed. It's like, you're only going to say what I want you to say. You don't get to go off script. And that's sad. Color purple type living. It is. You know, it's one thing to live off of the land, but it's something different about their setup that it's like way too hard for them to be so close to civilization. They are living very hard out there. Only them though, not Tim, just Megan and the boys are living very hard out there.
The whole meal was resting on the fact that we had these rolls because we were going to put some pulled pork on it, and the oven just wouldn't work. And but we ended up making...
He said Gordon Ramsay would flip that entire place over. He would. And somebody needs to. Somebody needs to tap Megan on the shoulder and let her know you need to go take some lessons. Or at least watch somebody's videos and do not try your own method. Do exactly what they tell you to do, step by step. Because she'll say she uses a recipe, but always tries to put her own spin on it before she even perfects just getting it right one time. Your spin comes after you know how to do it, not the first time around. Yeah, no walking talks anymore. So when he took the camera from her doing walking talks, to me, all of the value left because what does Tim talk about? Animals getting shot. That's what Tim talks about. Like, all the value left when he took the camera out of her hand and made her go off of his script.
Making this amazing bread in a skillet on top of the stove. And I was just thinking about even the camper and the shower and how we're going to use this specific wallpaper, and it didn't work. And
he said my father was from Georgia. They had animals and it didn't look like this. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just something about the way that theirs is set up that it's just, it looks like extra hard living. And I don't know exactly what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But it doesn't look like modern day living off of the land. And there are some channels that I watch, and you know, when they're first getting started, they don't look as rough as how Megan and Tim were out there. Meanwhile, I just showed y'all the video of what their surroundings look like, and none of their neighbors are living like them. I would have thought that they were in a much more rural area, and they have brick homes beside them. And, you know, I'm not taking anything away from what they live in, but I just assumed how they live out there that they were deeper in the country than what they are. And they're not. It was for donations. Yeah, you're right. Donations.
And the shower now is amazing, and we have something that I would have never picked out. And it's just, sometimes we try so hard.
It's an easy bake oven. That wouldn't have been a bad idea. Bake one at a time instead of giving those babies all that burnt stuff. I don't know if it's true or not, but my grandmother used to say burnt food causes cancer. Don't know if there's any truth to that, but you know, my granny said it, so I'm going to say it's true. Well, I saw something else. What was it? Whole farm on a diet. Right. Put everybody on a diet because of him. Colors that melt in your mouth. Yeah, it's nothing like Granny's cooking. My grandmother taught us a lot of things too. And I think Megan missed a lot of that. She had to have, because everything that she does is like it's for the first time. And even for her family to be as have been together as long as they have been, it's always like, this is my first time of making this meal. Love the word amazing. That's approved. That's an approved word by Tim. So that's all they can say. Amazing. I think Grandma Lily, because she used to tease Megan about that, and I think it was an inside joke that she knew Megan was going to say that because that's all Tim will allow her to say.
To like follow our own plan, like our own set thing that we have in our minds, and God's just trying to push us in another direction. And the Lord is just teaching me that He has a flow, you know, and that a lot of times instead of going with His flow, we go against what He's trying to do just to fulfill our own, I guess, desires, but really like God and His plan is like so much better than what we plan. So I just want to make sure like I'm not bringing the rat race of the city to this new life that the Lord has for us here on IIG Farms, and I'm really listening to Him and getting in His flow. Like even when I was cooking dinner, you know, I was gonna do carrots and potatoes and this and that, and I was like, just do the carrots. You know, I already had a roast prepared.
So she said at first she was going to do carrots and potatoes, and she heard from God and he said just do the carrots. This is what we see Megan do to this day. We can be overly spiritual. God talks to us, but at some point, if you went to school, school should have taught you something that you can do for yourself. You don't have to go to God for everything. If you know that you have a family to feed and that they need to be full, like that lamb that she was worried about, then you know you need carrots and potatoes. That's not a God conversation. So I don't hear God telling her just do the carrots. That was a lazy spirit that said just do the carrots. That's it. Stop bringing God in it just to justify whatever it is that you're saying. Hello, you're not late to the party. We just getting started. This first video, though, is about over, but I do have a second one that I'm going to play. So, you know, my live videos are never that brief, so you're good.
And I was like, just do the carrot. And it was an amazing meal. And I got it ready quicker, you know? And it's like, I really want to hear the Lord's voice and be sensitive to those little tiny nudges and gestures, because I know that He's trying to teach me something. You know, if things don't go perfectly, if things don't go exactly like I want them to go, it's okay, because He is trying to teach me something. So I just pray that I grow more deeply in tune with the Holy Spirit and His voice, and that when He does nudge me, I listen. And I pray the same for you. I pray that those little nudges.
Diane says hi from New York. Hello. Yeah, everybody let me know where you're watching from. I always wonder where everybody stays. I just found out that one of y'all lives in Florida, I believe in Miami. And yeah, it would be nice to know where everybody is watching from. Central Texas. God was talking to her and they are. Yeah, she should have listened to God instead of frying up that those hard cinnamon rolls and acting like she had really done something. She could have taken her time with that meal. You know, they're out there filming videos and uploading videos, so I know that they have access to be able to watch YouTube, and she could have watched how to make that without having an oven instead of what she just did. And rather than Tim say like uh Megan, maybe you need to brush up on this, he'll just go and eat a whole nother meal separate from them, like he doesn't realize that all it takes is a little bit of encouragement and being honest with her so that she can get it right for the whole family. Because the boys are still eating it and they don't have options. Tim is not giving the boys options. That's just, it's sad. Let me see. Florida native, Alabama now, Miami. Yeah, that was you, Brandy, that was saying you were in Miami. Mississippi, Jacksonville, Florida, Cleveland, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana. You're from Belize? Oh my God, I want to go so bad. That's a bucket list for me. I don't know. I want the airways to be clear and for us to not be having friction with anybody before I leave the United States. But Belize, definitely. Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Memphis, Tennessee, New Jersey. I've been through to a lot of these places. Memphis. Okay, Central Texas. gonna let Megan finish talking so we can start the next video.
Just even if they come in things that are really uncomfortable, you know, like plans failing or things not going the way you want them to go, I still pray that you'll hear God's voice and listen to those nudges and be able to receive from Him even when you're.
Okay, so I want to address this one right here. It says, your walk and relationship with God are not for someone else to judge or belittle. Too often we judge the validity of someone's faith based on what we think they should do. Why don't y'all go and pray? So I see these type of comments often in the comment section, and you know, I can type a response to that, but it's nothing like being able to respond to somebody in real time. So
You're upset.
I have raised a family before, and the comment that I just made was about whether she should do potatoes with her meal or not. You're living off of the land in the middle of nowhere. I'm not even sure that they had a refrigerator at this time. So your children are waiting on you to cook them maybe the 1 or 2 meals that they get a day, and you go and skimp on what you're going to give them and then say God told you to do it. You're standing there in the kitchen. You have every opportunity to make sure that your family gets full, and you say, well, let me pray about this. First of all, I don't understand why that has to be a prayer, but nonetheless, you pray about it and you say God told you, oh, just go with the carrots. No, I can judge that. That coming from another mother is being lazy. I can't think of any mother who's been in a situation where, unless you don't have it, but to make sure that your children are full, and you have to go to God in prayer to make sure if you get them full or not, that's not judging her. I don't believe that it's how can I word it? I don't think that it's doing what's best for your children if you say you had to go to God in prayer on whether you made sure that they were full or not. And we've seen Megan cook fish and carrots. I don't believe that those boys were full longer than an hour after they ate that meal, because that's a lightweight meal. That's diet type of food. Now she's saying she did it here. So you are entitled to your opinion, and so am I. And my opinion is what I have already stated before. So I'm going to go ahead and let this play out.
When it's not going the way you want it to go. And I'm just glad I had some time to steal away from everybody and to share with you, because I got everybody fed multiple meals now that they loved, and now I just want to be fed. I want the Lord to minister to me as I walk and encourage me, and so that's what I'm gonna do.
So how is that conducive to how you live? Does it affect you personally? You know, I've said it before, to see something that you know is not right and not speak up is complicity. That's saying, I agree with what's going on because I refuse to speak up. It's a cop-out. Oh, that don't have nothing to do with you, just don't say nothing. Then after the kids are reported for some type of abuse, for being malnourished or whatever the case may be, then that's when people speak up and say, man, I started to say something. I noticed this. That's not the time to speak up. The time to speak up was when you noticed it. So that's how it affects me. I was a subscriber of theirs. I watched how they did with the children. So I'm speaking up and saying something. Anybody who does not agree with what I have to say is free to feel that way. Still won't change how I think, though. It won't. Even this back and forth, I'm explaining how I feel about it, but I think I've made that obvious in all of the videos that I put out. But I wanted to answer your question, so that's how. Do you actively try to reach out or help the situation? Yep, this video is reaching out. Tim watches all of them. Do you see their dinette set? Did you see the kids with grease on their faces the other day? Fresh haircuts and maybe teeth brush, hopefully. And the list could go on of things that he's tried to do to correct that situation. So yes, I'm reaching out. Why did I start doing this? Because he turned the comment section off. So you'll never find me in Tim's comments ever again because he didn't want me in there in the first place. So I created my own comment section, which you're using right now. All right, I'm gonna go on. I'm off of this. I will go on.
It's all about God.
Okay, so on to the next one. So this is when they went and looked at the. This is when they went and looked at the trailer that they bought after it made it to the lot. He blocked you. If I had stayed in the comments, I would have ended up blocked because he would definitely delete my comments, which is another thing. Like, if you saw my comment and deleted it, then you saw what I had to say. So, yes, I have reached out to Tim in the past. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So I did something different. Fired up already. Yeah, I believe Megan is losing it a little too. You know, I can't imagine going to jail because I don't want to be confined to that small space. So I'm going to live right to make sure that that's never a reality for me. I equate her living to being in jail, and it'll run you crazy after a while. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was about um, the boys that were exonerated in New York for supposedly um, unaliving somebody, and they didn't do it, but they had spent a lot of time in jail. And one of them spent most of his time locked up in solitary confinement. And when they go around and talk to people now, he's the one that's the least social. It messed with him so bad. And I feel like that's what we see with Megan is she's been locked away from people. She's losing her social skills. She's losing who she is as a person. You know, she doesn't have the freedoms that she used to have. And that'll start to mess with you over time. This these videos are 3 years ago. So she's had 3 years of him slowly getting his way and taking everything about her identity away. I think she's losing it. I do.
About 4 months ago, we made the hard decision to sell off all our properties in the city, and we packed up our family of 5 with our 2 dogs. We set out on a journey down the back roads of Mississippi with our old diesel Ford truck hooked to a camper that we purchased for $200 and completely restored. We headed to our 15 acres that we had purchased in the country. By selling our house and other properties in the city, we have positioned ourselves to where there was no turning back.
The comment section isn't a place. Wait, where is it at? The comment section isn't a place for you to trash people. Maybe a direct message. Yet and still you in mind. Like, make it make sense. You either going to do what you're telling me to do, or you're going to continue to be this person that you are, which clearly is in my comment section. So, I mean, I'm not understanding your point because you're doing it right now. So it's okay for you. That's what you're saying? All right.
As we settled on our new property, the first thing we did was build a barn that we could use to attach our camper to so that we can bunker down for the winter. My husband set a goal that we would build this barn in 30 days because we knew that winter was about 30 days away. Well, my husband Tim worked from sun up to sundown and many days past sundown before the sun even came up to complete this barn. It ended up taking him about 40 days to finish it to the point where we could be dry.
Am I frozen, y'all? Is the video still going? Someone said I was frozen on their end. Yes, the Central Park 7. Thank you. Am I frozen, y'all? It might be Tim trolling, but whoever it is, I got time today. So uh, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I never care if somebody does not agree with me, but for some reason you're in here watching, and I make it make sense. I scroll right on past something that I don't want to see, but they're in here. So anyway, not frozen. Okay. Okay, cool. Yes, the question has been addressed. Goodbye, because I'm done with that conversation. We on to a whole new video. Like, I'm done with it. I've explained myself. But I'm going to go ahead
and able to heat it with a wood stove. That's right. Tim set it up where we could heat our camper with a wood stove. Genius, right? So as the first winter storm of the year approached, Tim worked extremely hard and we got the barn closed in and we attached the camper to it just as we began to feel the temperatures rapidly drop. We literally got done the night of that winter storm. So after that winter storm passed, the Lord really began to minister to us that we needed to get more settled. So far, we have been living off grid and loving it. But one day, the Lord told him to remember what he has spoken thus far.
But the Lord was really putting it on my heart that He wants us to get more settled, more settled in. And the Lord was really like reminding me of the things that He said, because I was asking the Lord for direction and vision going forward, and the Lord said, remember the things that I have spoken thus far.
So we sat down as a family and decided, after touring shelter houses, log cabins, and mobile homes, that we were going to buy a mobile home debt-free. And Tim was able to find a mobile home that was a price we could pay for in cash. And it didn't seem to need much work. But here's the kicker. We had to buy it without seeing it. That's right. We're about to spend almost $30,000 cash on something we hadn't seen. I know, we're crazy, but when you read the Bible, it tells us to walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is the thing that pleases God, and faith is the thing that made the legends of Hebrew chapter 11 remarkable. So here it is, y'all. We bought the home about 4 weeks ago, and
Paulette says she suggested the channel to friends and had to call them and apologize. Now that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, when you realize, like, oh, my bad. Wasn't what I thought it was. My bad. I'm so sorry.
we've just gotten the call that we can finally see it. In this video, you will see if we made a huge mistake or if our faith led us into a huge blessing. After you see the tour of our new home, let us know what you think down in the comments. Either type huge mistake in all caps or huge blessing. Y'all enjoy. It's IAG Farms. It's all about God.
All right, y'all. I was sitting here trying to figure out what I was getting.
So were y'all listening to Megan and her setting up why they are doing what they're doing and buying this trailer sight unseen, $30,000 for a trailer that's sight unseen? I'm gonna go ahead and let them keep going, but that's really what she was setting up, was why they are where they are now. Yep, 30,000 for for Emma. That's how much they paid for Emma. 30,000 American dollars. Yes. $15 acres. Did she say 15? Oh my God, I missed that. So we've already disproved that, so we know that they're on 4 acres of land, and Grandma Lily's property is on 5 acres. So 15. Come on, Megan.
Ready to do. I had the projects I talked to y'all about earlier, but something more important just came up. I'm gonna have to Megan to follow me in. I hadn't told her yet, but I'm gonna go and tell the boys, so we can. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the boys and bring them out here. The lighting is terrible inside the cabin, so boys, y'all step outside for a sec. They're doing homeschool.
I was asked to start it over, and I will, because she was doing a lot of talking, and we were all reacting to the last situation. So I will start this over so that we can hear what Megan is saying. Yeah, that's a great point. Uh, when you say that she was talking about not bringing the hustle and bustle of the city with them, that is Tim talking. Megan had a family home, and to my knowledge and understanding, it was paid for. So from that point forward, you just make improvements on it. But that does sound like a Tim thing, and that's he has already started getting in her head and making her accept the way he wants things to go.
About 4 months ago, we made the hard decision to sell off all our properties in the city, and we packed up our family of 5 with our 2 dogs. We set out on a journey down the back roads of Mississippi with our old diesel Ford truck hooked to a camper that we'd purchased for $200 and completely restored. We headed to our 15 acres that we had purchased in the country. By selling our house and other properties in the city, we had positioned ourselves to where there was no turning back.
She said selling the house and their other properties in the city. What other properties do y'all know of that was in the city? Other than their house, what other properties did they own in the city? Because I've never heard that before.
As we settled on our new property, the first thing we did was build a barn that we could use to attach our camper to so that we can bunker down for the winter. My husband set a goal that we would build this barn in 30 days because we knew that winter was about 30 days away. Well, my husband Tim worked from sun up to sundown, and many days past sundown, before the sun even came up to complete this barn. It ended up taking him about 40 days to finish it, to the point where we could be dried in and able to heat it with a wood stove. That's right, Tim set it up where we could heat our camper with a wood stove. Genius, right? So as the first winter storm of the year approached,
she had to give him his kudos about that stove, or she's probably reading something that he wrote down anyway, but he had to put that wood stove in there. This is ridiculous, but I've never heard her in all this talking before, so I'm just letting it play.
Tim worked extremely hard, and we got the barn closed in, and we attached the camper to it just as we began to feel the temperatures rapidly drop. We literally got done the night of that winter storm. So after that winter storm passed, the Lord really began to minister to us that we needed to get more settled. So far, we had been living off grid and loving it. But one day, the Lord told Tim to remember what he has spoken thus far.
But the Lord was really putting it on my heart that He wants us to get more settled. more settled in. And the Lord was really like reminding me of the things that He said, because I was asking the Lord for direction and vision going forward. And the Lord said, remember the things that I have spoken thus far.
So we sat down as a family and decided, after touring shelter houses, log cabins, and mobile homes, that we were going to buy a mobile home debt free. And Tim was able to find a mobile home that was a price we could pay for in cash. And it didn't seem to need much work. But here's the kicker: we had to buy it without seeing it. That's right, we're about to spend almost $30,000 cash on something we hadn't seen. I know, we're crazy, but when you read the Bible, it tells us to walk by faith, not by sight.
Yep, using the Lord again. Yep.
Faith is the thing that
Hello.
pleases God, and faith is the thing that made the legends of Hebrew chapter 11 remarkable. So here it is, y'all. We bought the home about 4 weeks ago, and we've just gotten the call that we can finally see it. In this video, you will see if we made a huge mistake or if our faith led us into a huge blessing. After you see the tour of our new home, let us know what you think down in the comments. Either type huge mistake in all caps or huge blessing. Y'all.
Now they asked people to put in the comment section if they felt like it was a huge mistake or a huge blessing. But when you go to that comment section, it's maybe 7 or 8 comments under this video, and that's it. So of course I don't know if old comments show up after you open your comment section back up, or if all of those are just from more recent. I didn't pay attention to the date, but definitely definitely a huge mistake. I agree. And since they asked for people's opinion, you know, why he would do that, I don't know, but that's what they asked, is for you to put in the comment section. Nobody said anything in the comment section, so it leads me to believe that they were all deleted. Because somebody had to have had an opinion. It's deleted. But that's what they asked for.
Enjoy. It's IAG Farms. It's all about God.
All right, y'all. I was sitting here trying to figure out what I was getting ready to do. I had the projects I talked to y'all about earlier, but something more important just came up. I'm gonna have to Megan to follow me in. I haven't told her yet, but I'm gonna go and tell the boys, and so we can. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the boys and bring them out here. The lighting is terrible inside the cabin, so boys, y'all step outside for a sec. They're doing homeschool. Y'all come on, step outside. Yeah, something more important came up than looking out animal stalls and corrals. Even though running the tractor is one of my favorite things to do. All right, is everybody out?
Yep. Look,
I can't see it either. The sun's going.
I read their voices make me nauseous. That's why I take breaks. The breaks do me good. Because if I just reported on them all day, every day, I would be in a depressed state. Listening to those voices, it triggers something. So yeah, I take breaks frequently because of that.
I think the camera can see us though. No, are you here? All right. Now guess what?
What?
They're pulling our mobile home in. And guess what else? They say we can come up there and look at it right now.
Now, their celebrations are always goofy to me, but I know that this is real excitement for Megan and those boys because they have been living in that little $200 trailer. And yes, I saw the comment up there saying the boys sleeping by that 5-gallon bucket of poop. Yes, they're ready to get out of that situation. So the way that I'm assuming this happened is that they bought it from somebody who was still living in it. And so they bought it sight unseen. The trailer place that they bought it from, mobile home place that they bought it from, didn't have it on their lot yet. So they're going to drive to the lot to see it for the first time. It's not even being delivered to them yet. So they're about to go to the lot where they bought it to and see it for the first time. So it's still not being delivered to them yet. But they bought it sight unseen, $30,000 sight unseen. And I'm thinking it was a trade in that somebody got a more modern version and traded that one in. And so they bought a trade in.
We're going to look at our mobile home, y'all. Let's go.
Lisa Looney, I feel dumb. I feel dumb for ever trusting them too. We all do. We all do. We're all in the same boat. Like if you gave them even one episode of trust, then you feel the same way. For the one earlier who said that they had to apologize to their friends after they after they recommended them, we all in the same boat. Just like, Lord. I wasn't doing nothing but wasting my time. I could have been watching something else. Getting brain rot. Salvage, yes. Yes, a 22-year-old trailer. And you know, Tim wants to justify this purchase. So when we're watching it, just keep in mind that whatever he says, he's going to keep it as positive as he can because he don't want to look like a fool. So, you know, he'll say a few negative things, but for the most part, you're not going to catch that coming out of his mouth because he just spent $30,000 and he wants Megan and the boys to believe like this was a sound decision that I made. But it should be called salvage. You're right.
We're here.
All right, let's do this, y'all. Y'all ready, boss?
Yeah!
Time, you gotta wake up. You should see what time it is. Time, you gotta wake up. You should see what time it is.
Ready now? Ready, Tim?
Yeah?
All right.
Yeah?
All right, let's do it. Y'all lead the way.
Andy said he's been in this business for 4 years, and it's the nicest training we've had.
For real?
Yep. We're going to see how tough we are jumping in.
Who in their right mind, oh, it went too fast, where'd it go? Who in their right mind would spend $30K on something sight unseen? That's crazy. Yes, it is crazy. The amount of money spent to renovate it could have been put into college funds. I agree with all of that. And so as we go through, because they're going to give it a once over from room to room. And that's part of my angle with this is how happy Tim is with his decision and how he said all it needs is this and all it needs is that for him to eventually end up gutting it. Wasting money.
Yeah, for real. This is it. Going into our home for the first time. This is it. Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're supposed to get that other one, too.
Cool.
Oh, I thought that was it. I was like,
Yeah. This is it, y'all.
We'll get that.
That's a closet.
oh, yeah. This is a nice closet.
What you think?
That's a great point, Junior. We know Megan is the one that did the purchase. Right, because she handles all of their business stuff. Like Tim won't even go in the bank and do anything. And I'm assuming his name is on the account as well, but Megan handles everything. And then if that house was supposed to go to Junior, then Tim's name was nowhere on it, so the money was not given to him. There was not a check made out in both of their names. So he's about to do a lot of we at toward the end of this, but that was never a we situation. That was Megan and her family that made that happen.
You like it?
Oh yeah, nice house closet. Nice solid floors. Nice little accent on the walls. See, it's like hardwood. Walls are solid.
So Tim is tapping on walls, talking about walls are solid. And then he ripped every single one of them out. He could have done things to this to make it better, but he did not have to do what he did. He wasted so much money, I feel, my opinion, and I see a lot of y'all agree. We feel he wasted money doing all that he did to the inside of this. And that money could have gone to a college fund for the boys. Or it could have just been in savings. Like, you don't have to spend everything you get. But he's steadily saying how nice it is, yet and still we see what he is still doing to it to this day.
You see this wooden accent on the bottom of the walls here? It's solid. That's nice. That's gonna go good with some white paint.
Okay, somebody asked, they wonder if Megan was pregnant by this time. I don't think so, not yet, because this is before Emma is even delivered to them. So, after after Emma was delivered, it still sat there for some months before Tim even started the renovations. Then the renovations took some months before it got to a point where they could move in. So I don't think she's pregnant yet. What was she, like 6 months pregnant when they told us? Or 4 months? 4 months pregnant. So I'm thinking Megan got pregnant maybe around the time that he started renovating Emma, but not yet. Not right here.
It don't need anything at all, but
So nice. Yeah. What is this?
bathroom.
I love it. Like
Yeah, that's solid.
That's really. Look, this is the room I was excited about.
Oh yeah, the laundry room.
Laundry room. Look at how nice. It's a whole room.
Yeah, that's
It's bigger than the laundry room.
Hold it up, 10, hold it right there.
Yeah.
Just hold it till you get done.
It's bigger than that.
Oh, yeah.
Just house laundry room.
It's a whole laundry
I
room.
could put like a table along here. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for real.
You like it?
Yeah.
Megan says she's excited about that laundry room, and Megan is, to this day, has not proven to be that type of woman or wife, like to keep things washed up and everything tidy. And because if I remember, well, I'm gonna go ahead and say it now because I'll probably forget. They're gonna go to where the boys' bedroom is and say something about the closet, and she's gonna say, "Well, yeah, you can. That's for you to put your clothes in." She's like, "I know you're not used to that. They had a house before they moved out there, so why are the boys not used to clothes being in the closet?" And then to this day, we see how they use closets. So that's just, to me, who they've been since the beginning of their relationship. So I don't know why she's so excited about this laundry room when they don't do laundry correctly.
You let go, Sam. Nice doors on there. Get back in where they at, see what they got going on. All the excitement. Gotta catch all y'all's excitement. Y'all think, boys?
Even though whatever this is, I like this.
Yeah, it's like, what is that? Don't close smell bad anything in here.
This is y'all's bathroom. You got your own bathroom.
Tim said it don't smell bad in here or anything. That's because they live in that little 2x2 trailer that they got right now with their toilet feet away from everybody's head. So I'm thinking he's used to that smell. Plus they living out there with pigs. Like, whew. No, it don't smell like what y'all's living situation is. And I'm almost scared of what they smelling like around this man right now. Their water situation was off out there. Like they didn't have running water. They make it seem like that shower worked, but then the water was having to come out of this big container. So I just really don't know. I don't know.
That you
That's
can
nice.
clean up and take showers.
Candles look nice still. Nice looking tub. Yeah, we had to replace that part. Yeah. Y'all think, boys? Never had your own bathroom before.
Titus touching that toilet seat. They're so used to being around mess in a toilet that he don't even care about just playing with that toilet seat. And Tim didn't tell him don't do that. But you know, someone just said that they started watching from Resurrection Ranch and then found them. And I'm also thinking that that's another reason he ended up renovating Emma like he did, is because not this video, but the video where Emma is getting delivered is the video that went viral for them. They got a brand new audience when Emma was delivered. So his money, the money coming in from YouTube changed. So he was trying to keep that momentum up of people being interested in Emma, but he took it too far. He took the renovations too far because he still could have done those same renovations, but not as invasive. He could have taken those little strips off of the wall. He could have mudded the seams. He could have, done different things, fresh paint and whatever else, but he didn't have to go as extreme as he did. But his numbers started going up, that money started rolling in, and he did too much, trying to keep the momentum going. Oh, they're interested in Emma. Let me see if I can get some more views. And then he didn't pay attention to what people were wanting to see. He started getting the big head, and instead of listening to what people are telling him, he kept doing it his way, and now his views are where they are.
Y'all's room here, boys. Y'all walk in.
What do you think? Oh! Tell me where you gonna put your butt beds.
For your clothes.
Put your clothes. We're not used to that, huh?
Did y'all hear it about the clothes? I'm gonna go back. Titus is asking.
For your clothes.
Put your clothes. We're not used to that, huh?
That's a big old clothes.
Isn't that nice? All you got your clothes in there.
Nice solid floors. Nice solid walls. Got a little bit of shifting right there. That's just moving it. Yeah. Big windows. Look at it.
Y'all have a nice big window.
Says close up, I bet those renovations look a mess. Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's why I can't watch what Tim is doing now, because he's not teaching anything. He's practicing. Every time he does a project, it's practice. And he always has to overcompensate with mudding and different stuff to make it look square, because he doesn't know what he's doing. The only reason that I would say his structures are sound, like not going to move, is because he overcompensates with extra nails and, stuff like that. But yeah, I know it looks a mess.
You'll be able to see the farm out your window.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because this end, I'm trying to think, because the door's over there, so this end would be facing like the hall passes and things. Yeah, so
You'll be able to see the ridge.
See the ridge, yep.
See the ridge.
That's what I do.
Little tree house. Yeah.
A tree house.
Built it themselves.
Themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Noah fell out of it the other day. Oh, yeah.
You fell out of it.
He wasn't
But you tough though, ain't you?
He was like 1 foot off the ground.
Nice ceilings, nice high ceilings. Can't even touch it in the middle.
I know it's so high.
And I love that. Yep.
Are y'all saying that he's in the chat? Even the way. What? Even the way he says boys is triggering. Yeah, he has a lot of things that are triggering. A lot of things about his personality that are triggering. And when you've been watching them like we have for a period of time, when he starts repeating stuff, it's just like, whoo. Does something to your spirit.
It's hard to find them vaulted ceilings like that.
For real? Yeah.
It's so fuzzy.
They got the flooring looking nice in here.
Yeah, I like the flooring.
What that is, my man?
I'm just gonna walk back through and show y'all again. Nice solid walls. These walls actually don't seem like anything needs to be done to them. And they have this wooden accent down here at the bottom. Pretty impressed with that. I think painting the walls white or light gray. You can leave that down there, Thomas. Painting the walls white or light gray will go in good with that.
It says, that's when I started watching when Emma was being delivered. I didn't know how it popped up, but it was interesting. Got strange fast. And that is my testimony as well. It got strange fast. So when you're watching Emma being delivered, that's your first impression. Okay. Then you start paying more attention to the family dynamic. That's where the strange comes in, because it's just like, is he really treating her like that? Maybe I'm tripping. And then you realize, no, he really is treating her like that. He really is talking to her like that. Then you pay attention to the dynamic with him and the kids. And then you just realize, like, oh, wait a minute. It started out the focus being Emma. But when you start paying attention to everything else, that's where you have that light bulb go off. Like, I probably need to unsubscribe from them, because it's not going in the direction that I thought it was going to go. But you hear how he's talking about this wainscoting or whatever it's called around on the sides of the wall, and how much he liked it, and then couldn't wait to rip it off. And I think that he really liked it, and it would have been nothing for them to paint that. None of that part of their house looks like it's in bad condition, but there are things that can be done to, make it fresh and new for them. But instead, he just went ripping stuff out. And like I said, I just think it's because that money started rolling in, and he was thinking that people were going to be there for the long haul.
And this almost seems like it could be stained. Like, this seems like real wood, like a real panel. Yep. Yeah, it's the homeschool room. Yeah, this will be going towards the back. Yeah, it's nice. So we got a nice long hallway here. Nice long hallway.
I believe Megan is disappointed too. Now, I believe she's operating in a little bit of excitement because of the situation that they've been living in. And, remember, they had that fifth wheel. He sold it. So they have been reduced to, it's like he would give her a little bit of excitement and then yank it from her. Give her a little bit of excitement and then yank it from her. So they've been existing in the wintertime in a half-finished shed shack and a 200 square foot. I know it's $200. And I may be being generous with the 200 square foot, but however big it was, that little trailer. So to even have a thought of, okay, I get a little more square footage now, she's probably excited about that. But I know she has to be looking at what he spent that $30,000 on. Like, you messed over my family's money like that. You messed over your son's inheritance like that. Like, this is the best that you could do. This is how you see us living.
I'm show you a picture. You gonna know, because he ain't gonna forget it.
Give it up for the very funny Kid Love.
I don't think you can have too many pairs of jeans. I have one slim fit, two regular, three wide leg,
What I
four
did with the
super.
remote?
It's a really big deal. $25 men and women's denim. Kids top.
What you say? His that his mask stopped during COVID. Seriously, I had two favorite masks because I didn't like wearing the hospital ones, so I had to wash them daily. Like when you get home, first of all, if you're a woman and you wear foundation, it's getting on it. But I had two that matched most of what I had to wear, and I would have to wash them every day. I'd get home and sanitize them every day. Um, I would hate to have been behind his mask. I can't imagine that boy. That's ooh. Now just the thought make me sick. Right, the fact that Tim was always walking and recording, Megan work was too much. That's where the triggering starts coming in because you know that you noticed it back then, and now you still see it going on, and it just becomes triggering. Like the things that he does, it gets worse and worse and worse, and it's just like Megan, when are you gonna wake up? Because we tired of watching this. What he was talking. Right, he's not a real contractor and didn't know what he was talking about.
Perfect. Yeah. Man, I've known his family for years. Mm-hmm. He's a good dude.
That's the kitchen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They left the refrigerator. I wonder does it all work? Probably not.
Man, you know, I bet it does, man.
Yeah, for real.
Because they were on top of their stuff.
Yeah.
That's the first one I don't like
Cool.
grandma's.
Like grandma's.
Yep.
Man, it's nice to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had it on right there to that cabinet. Because that ain't,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of space. That's a nice
Yeah.
pantry.
Yeah, nice pantry.
I agree. I think Megan tries to prove her family wrong a lot too. But the sad thing is that everything is recorded, so she's never disproving them. They're always, if they watch their videos, they're looking like, man, I told her. I told her. Man, I told her. She's never disproving them wrong. It would be one thing if they were having to guess, but he puts it all out there. So, yeah, I think she's always trying to prove them wrong as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that we can
like it?
ourselves.
You like
Bag up a little bit, boy. I haven't sprayed yet. So. Bag up now.
You gonna
And
put
the
a
little
little
bit
bit
down the coat.
Oh, yeah, for real. Uh-huh.
I'm like, what's that? Where
Yeah.
did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's that, dishwasher right there? Yeah, we'll pull that out, get rid of that. Mm-hmm. Nice cabinets. I'm scared to open the cabinets up here. I haven't sprayed yet.
They want to move. They gotta move out.
Yeah, for real.
Gotta
I'm
move out.
get all my sprays and things together.
Like, with his,
Oh yeah, I
Me too.
have a panic attack.
and like bought everything and
Yep.
Oh yeah, because we had terminators guys coming by, you know, just to keep things up, and they realized that I had all the stuff they had, and they was like, "You're not supposed to have this stuff." I'm like, I ordered it offline, so you're supposed to have a license to have this stuff.
Well, not no more.
Exactly, for real. You get anything on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks nice.
really nice.
Nice looking kitchen.
But when we deliver, so we'll get you a set of steps for the front. So.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Nice being a hood. Mm-hmm.
It's, I like how the back door is right there beside the laundry room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you go straight down right there.
Hot water heater. Looks to be in okay condition.
Exactly.
Yes, the children do need to be in regular school. I agree with all of y'all saying that, like, they're getting older and older, and it just seems like time is flying by, and they're still stuck in the same mindset as right here. Their voices have changed, but their mindsets haven't. And we're seeing those same little boys to this day, and that's sad. I don't see any maturity in any of them. Junior has gotten bigger, as big as Megan almost, but the maturity still isn't there, and that's sad. That should be illegal.
16 bags. Doors open up nice.
There's room even for the
Back to the master bedroom. Nice. Nice big windows.
Is this y'all?
Yeah, this is our room here. Nice closet.
there's room even for our son. Table.
Mm-hmm.
Put it right here.
What is this? Jackpot slots? Is that slots duo? I see the majority of your comments, and I can't say them, but you should be a comedian. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I see all of your comments, but I just don't want to repeat them. But yeah, I agree with most of what you're saying.
Everything feels solid in here, y'all. Well, check the bathroom out again. Master bathroom.
And this is the water.
For Tim to criticize people and the things the way he does, but he thinks that the trailer is nice, make it make sense. You know, that's a great point. I don't know how you can see everybody else's mess or what you consider to be their mess and not see your own. Because just the state of what it is like now, and Tim has put new things in there, but to me Emma is no nicer now than it was then, because it's not big enough for their family. And then they have decided to use an entire bedroom for a classroom and take away from their boys being able to grow up comfortably. I wish I could make it make sense as well. I don't think any of us will ever be able to do that. It's weird that he can't see, or either he sees it and he's just too proud to admit it, because he's going from room to room, and the only negative thing that Tim will say is about the bugs being in there. Other than that, oh yeah, we can. It's just need a little this and need a little. Oh yeah, this is sound, and just making it seem like it was the best purchase ever. And I don't understand why he's always on other people's behind, yet and still he go and buy $30,000 worth of this.
Back up a little bit. I ain't sprayed yet. I don't want anything to attach to you. You gotta get in here and spray real good. Yeah. Nice mirror here. Mm-hmm. Don't see any water stains up top.
Yeah. I love it.
Love it. Almost saw 2 bugs so far.
And that store is, once y'all get settled in, and like if you just want to replace that door, that place right here beside us,
Yeah.
they sell them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
As my granddaughter just turned 13 last month, she's completing her first year of university and junior high at the same time. She's running circles around them. Oh, she speaks 3 languages. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't think that Junior or Titus is slow. Like, Noah is hard for me to tell because his speech is still not there, but it's hard for me to tell with Noah. But for Junior and Titus, I feel like they would do excellent in school, and that their parents are their only setback. And it's sad that we have to watch these kids be denied an education, but then you have people in the comments asking why. Like they don't feel like this is any type of abuse. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a couple so far. They've been dead.
That's the best type of bug right there.
What's that?
Dead.
Oh yeah, for real. Yeah.
We'll get rid of.
Yeah. Might call Terminix to do their little thing right at the beginning. But now I got off.
Oh, he was very jealous of Sane. You know, I did a video about that because you could just see the difference. Like, Tim introduced Sane to us thinking that he was about to introduce somebody that he influenced to turn their life over to God, and that he still looked up to Tim as big brother or the leader, not realizing that Sane had as much going for himself as he did. So Tim wanted to be the big dog, and then when he started seeing more of what Sane had going on currently, he was looking like, oh, actually, I'm the one playing catch up. Yes, you were, sir. He already had properties. He actually knows how to do construction. And he even said that when they came and did the crown molding, like he thought it was going to be something janky. He thought he was going to get a chance to clown him, and he didn't get a chance to do that. He had to just shut up. You know, he still tried to get his little digs in there, but really he was just running around there looking crazy. And I still remember those little whatnots that they had on the mantle over the fireplace. And he was like, let me move these. They were made in China. I would never not remember that, because I'm like, does he not realize that most things are made in China, and that does not make it what's the word? It doesn't make it priceless. It's not a collectible. It's just, you know, everyday stuff. So yeah, I feel like he was jealous of him too. I do.
A lot of stuff though, you know. And if I don't, I need to get it.
Yeah, we'll get whatever we don't have, we'll do it. Sometimes we'll terminate.
Yeah, for real. Alright, y'all, so I'm gonna turn the camera off for a second and just kind of walk around my own eyes for a minute. Alright, y'all, so the inside was amazing, and now we're about to walk and look at the outside, just to get a look at the outside. But we've seen enough so far to know that we made a good decision, you know, on this mobile home. So let me just kind of turn y'all around, let y'all see the outside as we walk around. Go ahead.
I kind of like the wood look.
Mm-hmm.
The thing.
Yeah. You expect the outside of the mobile home to have a bunch of dings and stuff, but all that can be replaced. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's like a minor
Yeah.
cosmetic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it's been really good.
Yeah, on this side. Mm-hmm. It look brand new on this side.
Okay, so yeah, that didn't go with the wood look on the
Mm-hmm. It's still the back. It's in pretty good shape though. Cause you could go with this stuff. Cause these are like panels back here that go the whole length of it. You could go back with something like.
The outside of this thing is so beat up, and you know he's still not being honest with what we all can see. That it's torn up on the outside. Like that siding should have been the main thing he wanted to address to begin with, instead of ripping walls out. He's just now getting around to the outside of the house, and to me that was the worst looking thing when they went in there. Now I agree with tearing those kitchen cabinets out, and even the bathroom cabinets. Well, the boys, because Tim them still have their original stuff, but I agree with tearing those cabinets out because you could afford it. But Tim just really did too much to the inside of Emma that was not necessary. Meanwhile, you can see how torn up it is on the outside. And he's steadily trying to make it seem like he made a sound decision.
And it's metal, too.
I like that it has another access out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
See that coming down the road?
Exactly, for real.
As a woman, how could my man expect for me to use a bucket during that time of the month? That's a question that I've had too. And, You know, ooh, like if you go to jail and you have to live a certain type of way, it will either get you to the point that you never want to be in that situation again, or you will become institutionalized and you no longer care. Now, Tim does not want to go back in there, but he's still working with the institutionalized part of him. So he is used to that environment. He doesn't care if his family has to go through it. If I had to go to jail, y'all good. He'll probably say, "You're not a man if you don't act like you've been to jail." He's not going to say it on camera, though, but he took them all through there. So even his wife, if I had to go in front of a cell full of men, it's nothing for you to have to do it. I don't want better for y'all. I want y'all to have to go through what I went through. And I know that a part of her had to have died in that moment. It had to have. Because he took all of her privacy and any of her pride away from her having to do that with her young boys.
I can see it. I can see it there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Perfect. And hold the camera. I guess I need to get up under there and look under the bottom. Okay. I wouldn't be a man if I didn't look under the bottom.
Okay, good.
He's all up under there like he know what he's looking for. Just installation and moisture barrier. He don't even know. He don't know if he's seeing something that's in good shape or not. All he's reporting is the materials it's made from. But I agree that they could turn that camper into a classroom. That would have been money well spent to actually for real renovate it. Rip all of that mess out of there and just have it be an open space, hook it up to electricity, add a mini split, and that could be a nice classroom. Seal up all the cracks so that nothing can get in there like it was while they were living in it. But that could definitely be a classroom. Get rid of all those coffins, get rid of that bathroom, get rid of that kitchenette, get rid of everything. That's what should have been gutted. He said he renovated it, but we see what it looks like. Megan said that they moved out there with a renovated trailer. But yeah, Happy Camper could be a classroom so that they could have another bedroom. And that would have been money well spent. It's not worth $30,000. It's not worth $30,000. I agree with you so much. It's not. It's older. Somebody said earlier how old it was, and I can't remember. I think y'all said 27 years old. But yes, it's not worth $30,000. And those people got over on them. Tim feels like he got a deal though. But to me, it's like a woman going to get her car fixed and they get over on you because you don't know any better. To me, that's what happened to him buying this. And you'll never convince him that they didn't get over on him. And because he was able to get a few thousand back for a little minor stuff that they didn't do, he feel like he really got a deal. And all they did was came up off of him.
I hope so.
You know, I kind of holler you the mobile home.
Who would want that nasty mobile home? I agree. I agree. They sold a house that they should not have sold, but they sold a house. So they were in a position to do better, to make a better decision. And that's what she allowed her husband to choose for them. Her money, though, even if they're married, she sold their family property. She was the one that had to make that sale. Tim couldn't put his name on no paperwork. So that was all Megan making that sale. And she allowed him to tell her what to do with that money. And this is what he chose. And they went and looked at so many decent looking properties that they could have made work. And this is what he decided to do for $30,000.
They don't.
They be trying to take the tires off and put them on something else on the farm. It's like, no.
I gotta ask him about the skirting. Let's see. Cause we might end up like just buying a new skirt, so they can go ahead and install it when they bring it. All right, y'all. So this is it. Y'all tell us what y'all think. Down in the comments. Y'all think we made a good decision? I'm pretty sure that y'all do, cause it's amazing. It's an amazing shape.
Now, did y'all hear him? He doubled down on what Megan said at the beginning. Y'all let us know if we made a good decision or not. And he said, I know y'all do, because it's in amazing shape. Right? What he's saying amazing is pointing to that part on the outside that's dented up. Like, he wanted to see past all the flaws in it because he's the one that made that decision. It was not worth $30,000 in my opinion. And I see a lot of y'all saying the same thing. I feel like it was a huge waste of money. I feel like it was a horrible decision. And he has had to pile money into it now. So it's a money pit. They'll never regain what he has put into it. It'll never be valued at what he's putting into it. And with the paperwork that I pulled up on it, it's like the trailer alone was still valued at what they bought it for. And that adding the acreage is what took it up a little.
Yeah. And it's not even out on the property yet. Like, it's gonna look a whole lot better, like out in our fields, Yeah.
I wonder about this too. That's I have like a replacement.
Yeah, for that.
That's a unique color. But I guess
probably could order or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I even want to cut you paint it, But like I said, I like that color. But I'm thinking about doing a porch anyway, though,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a porch.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna shut the video down again, and then we'll pick y'all back up and just kind of give y'all our thoughts and things.
That would be a beautiful long porch. We're just leaving the mobile home spot, and we got to look at our mobile home, y'all. Yay! It was wonderful. But we wanted to give you our thoughts and just kind of let you know what we think about it. Just kind of do a little recap at the end. So what do y'all think? Good.
It looked good. It looked good. So.
Said, girl, that is just ridiculously nasty. It is nasty, but it's like they're used to filth. Their monitor or their gauge is not the same as ours, because he talked her into staying in that little bitty trailer for as long as she did. And Megan was still going to a job at this time. She was still having to get up and go be around other people. And I can't imagine if she had an odor or not, but her standards had already dropped so much. So he's showing her this, and I still don't believe she was happy with it, but it's a step up from where he has her now. It definitely was a nasty mess.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of work, but nothing, too crazy.
Exactly.
No.
He said it's gonna take a little bit of work, but nothing too crazy. Hindsight is 20/20, because he definitely went crazy on it. And see, that's what I'm saying. If you went and looked at this and felt like it didn't need that much work, then why did you go and do what you did? So either he lying right here, or that money started rolling in and he wanted to try and keep his views up.
Water spots on the roof, no soft spots in the floor.
Yes, that was a big deal up with the floor, and everything was solid.
Yeah, walls solid. Yeah, as far as the walls, they just need to be painted. Just paint. And they don't even need that. Like, we could do without paint, because the wallpaper that's up there on the walls is still in good shape. It's not all torn or anything. The flooring looks good. So it's not a lot that needs to be done, from first glance.
Why does all this walk around matter if he already purchased it sight unseen? Exactly. It was just for footage, because they've already spent that money. They're not getting it back. Bought it as is, sight unseen. So can you imagine spending $30,000 and what we just watched with them? We all saw it together. Like, I know he had to upload this video and put it out, but still, we're all seeing it at the same time. but he's $30,000 later. That's crazy. I don't. To me, these are the times when Megan should have been praying and asking God. Like, she just asked God about if she should do potatoes with the roast and carrots, but she didn't ask about this, because I just believe he might have told her something different. I could be wrong, but I just think he would have told her something different.
Now once we get it there, hook up water and electricity and stuff like that. We'll see leaks and stuff like that if they come up. But yeah, it looks good. I didn't have my ladder to get up on the roof and get an idea what the roof looks like. But as far as the way it looks right now, like I said, it hadn't been any major leaks. So
yeah, I thought it was great too. No soft spots like we were saying that we could see, and everything is in really solid and in good condition, and it seems like they did some improvements already.
Yeah.
Because the living room and the kitchen, all that area had drywall already. Sheetrock. Yeah, it already was sheetrock, and actually it was a nice paint color, but we might change it just to be more cohesive, because it seemed like every room had a different color paint and then a different color, a different type of flooring in every room. So we might change it a little.
So he claims it's worth $80,000. Yeah, he so the last video that I did of their property, it said, I think it was like 82,000, but that was including the acreage. So the house was still valued at what they bought it at, because it was a separate listing for that, and I think it said 27. So them combined 80, but not that house being worth 80. He'll never get back what he put into that. But Tim always likes to over exaggerate stuff. Like, he's already lied about how much acreage they have that their property alone sits on. So yeah, he's definitely lying about that too. Tim is Mr. from Color Purple. He is. This is Mr. right here. And unfortunately, that's silly.
It just, so it's more cohesive throughout, just give it this warm feeling throughout the whole home.
But it seems like a solid, structure. Like a good spot to start. Yeah, the mobile home, our salesman, he said that if, he knew it was in negative of a condition, I wouldn't have been able to talk him down to 28,000. So it's a blessing. And he said he was glad that, we got that one. He actually said that, of a condition, I wouldn't have been able to talk him down to 28,000.
So he's still trying to make it seem like he made a great decision, saying that because they hadn't seen it either. They told him if they had known that it was looked like that, he wouldn't have been able to talk them down to 28,000. So instead of 30, he talked them off of $2,000. So he paid 28,000 for it. Still too much. Still way too much. That's not a deal.
It's a blessing. And he said he was glad that, we got that one. He actually said that, and that's just being a salesman. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. Exactly. Make you feel good about spending money. He said that his boss said it was one of the best looking used mobile homes, like not like repo and nothing like that, but just used that they've gotten in, so yeah.
Well, part of it is some of the features that it had. It had those high ceilings, the vaulted ceilings, and you were saying it seemed wider, but I think that was because the ceilings were so high. It just felt so open.
Felt big,
it felt open in all the spaces. Even in the hallway, it felt so open.
So, none of us live in this, so they're the only ones that have to be happy with it. But the things that I'm hearing them say is just, it's like, if they say it, they'll make us believe it too. Saying that it felt so open and the ceilings are so high. But then they have those bunk beds in there, and we see how close Junior is to the ceiling. So it's not that high. It's not a vaulted ceiling. Not a true vaulted ceiling. But they're trying to make this purchase be, will not look as stupid as what it was. That's what I feel like they're doing.
Because it was like, a little part of a ceiling where it went up.
Yeah, tell about your favorite part.
A laundry room, y'all. And it was
not just laundry machines in the hallway.
Right.
Like no, a laundry room. Like a real.
Y'all said Megan's eyes look like she's saying help. Yeah. They don't say it anymore. Now she's just depressed because she has settled into he got over on her. But yeah, she was needing help back then. You know, after she quit her job and he completely confined her behind that gate, she's just giving up at this point. But yeah, she still wanted help back then. And no, she don't believe nothing she's saying. I agree with you. She cannot be believing what she's saying. But she has to still make him look good. If y'all remember the beginning of the video and all the kudos she was giving him, she's just still doing it.
The new one we saw didn't have a laundry room.
And it has a door. It's set up so perfect because the back door is right there in front of the laundry room. So that's like muck room.
Exactly. You know, so you
come in through the back door.
They have a spot where they can put their muddy boots. And I can do my laundry and set up an ironing board and a little table. And
Megan is fantasizing about an ironing board, and she's not even that type of parent. Where is she ironing? She may used to have ironed her clothes for work. Nobody else ever looks put together. The boys' little t-shirts will be wrinkled worse than chitlins. Like, I don't know what she's talking about, an ironing board. And somebody says alleged that she still uses a washboard. I would not doubt it. It's like Tim wants that Little House on the Prairie thing, and he wants Megan's back to be broken. So somebody, I think maybe months ago, it said that the washer or the dryer was broken, and he had made a video about fixing it. So how are the clothes getting washed? Are they just, you know, who knows? Who knows with them? Who knows? But I wouldn't doubt it with the washboard.
everything, y'all. I mean, a small table, but still, like, it's bigger than the laundry room and inheritance house in terms of the space that I'm gonna have.
And inheritance house, that's the house that we sold, and that was our minister based house, right? Inheritance house.
Yeah. So, y'all, I got a laundry room, like a for real laundry room for the first time.
3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Then a laundry room, like that laundry room, that counts for a room.
Courtroom, yeah.
And then the open concept, kitchen, living room.
I'm excited.
They have a refrigerator in there. They say it comes with it, but I'm not sure if I want it or not because I don't know. But y'all might have saw the video, but you know I'm not a fan of bugs.
And bugs live under refrigerators and behind.
That's where they love to be at, you know, because living in the city and, you know, being our minister base, you know, we're scarred from bugs. Like, we don't, you know, I don't know. I'm not a neat freak, you know, like a germaphobe.
Yes, but he's okay.
I panic and start busting. Like, if I see a bug, I'm going to start busting. Like, everybody got to stop what they're doing, put their food up, clean the whole house. So what I was gonna do was, because I have all type of like special sprays and things like that.
The whole arsenal.
Yeah, the whole arsenal. Like stuff that Terminix has,
right.
I have.
The professional grade, y'all. Not the stuff you go and buy at Home Depot.
So right here he's talking about the bugs and how he has to treat it for that. So I think that's why we saw that sprayer in their closet a while back, is because he's always spraying for bugs. And they said that their last house has, what do you call it? I can't even think of what they said. Maybe they haven't said it yet. I'm going to let it play.
The stuff you have to order offline on a special website.
Yeah, we had the Terminix guys come by our house one time in the city. And, you know, he was not wanting to do some stuff. So I pulled out my spray.
I got it.
Yeah, because I had the same stuff he had. And he was like, you're not supposed to have this stuff. I was like, I got it, I ordered it. He said, you're supposed to have a license to have this stuff. And like I the same stuff y'all get. So if you're not gonna spray it, I'm gonna spray it. But yeah, so I gotta get my stuff together, and like I said, once because I might go up there and spray it and do all my baits and stuff. I'm gonna be
said bugs, what about that rat? What about that rat? They were sleeping on top of. And I'm with you. Like, I can't do either of them. I can't do roaches or rodents. But that rat would have had me, like, in a tizzy, because if there's one in here, I know that it's going to be another one. Like, I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Are you going to run across my face while I'm asleep? Are you going to bite me? You going to be in the bed with me? Like, I cannot do rodents. And they don't really say anything about that. They never say anything about that. And that has to be an issue out there.
That crazy dad, you know, walking around spraying
I gotta
my
take
mama.
my roach baits down here before y'all can pull my mama home.
Real. They're talking about permits. It's like, you ain't pulling that thing in my house.
Unless
my
I got a
property.
roach bait set up.
Until I spray that joker. Yeah. You ain't got to wait on no permits.
Traumatized, that's the word I was looking for. They were saying that their last house traumatized all of them, which is why he's like he is about bugs. But I agree with y'all. I believe that it was jail. And then he passed it on to his family. Like, his phobia became their phobia. But I think his started with jail. He spent a lot of years in there, and he had to just deal with it. So now that he has control over it, he had to have been tortured. His soul had to have been tortured in jail with an infestation. And, you know, if you can't do nothing about it, it just gets worse. So I can't even imagine how he was living in jail and dealing with that. But I agree with y'all. And then he comes out, and if he sees one in the house, now it's a huge issue. He has traumatized the whole family. Now they all feel traumatized because he has a phobia from jail.
But yeah, it's nice though. We love it. What y'all think, boys?
Okay, so they're about to ask each one of the boys what they liked about the new house, and I want y'all to listen to them. They could not smell a dead rat. See, that too. Like, anything that dies has a odor to it. And it was right under their bed where they lay their head at night. So what smells was that dead rat competing with for them not to smell it? That's the real question. What smells could it have been dealing with, that maybe the toilet that's 5 feet away, or some stale water on the outside because they don't have running water, or something dead out there in the yard, or the pigs that are just right over there, that's wind blowing that way, all types of stuff. And then on top of that, what is their personal hygiene like? What do they smell like? So they probably didn't smell it for all of those reasons, but still, you should smell a dead rat, and when it's right there. Like, I can remember being younger and growing up in wood frame houses, you know, where it sits up off of the ground, and if something gets up under there and die, it take over the whole house, and you'd have to pay somebody to go up under there and pull out whatever there was that died up under there. It was in the house with them dead, up under where they lay their head, and they didn't know it was there until they pulled all that stuff out. That's crazy. But yeah, they're about to ask the boys what they liked about, are excited about the new house. Oh Lord, y'all be tripping me out.
Everybody go through and tell what was your favorite part. Tim first, Titus second, Noah third. Tell me what was your favorite part about our new home.
My favorite part is that we have like a lot of room.
So Junior said his favorite part of the new house is that they'll have a lot of room. So he's tired of them just being on top of each other everywhere they are, either going to sleep at night or having to sit around the shed shack. Like, we'll have more room. That's what he's excited about. So can you imagine what the kids have been going through, that this is what they're looking forward to? So now he's going to ask Titus.
Titus?
My favorite part is we like, yeah.
Billionaires don't just influence politics.
What did you say? She wanted a house. Yeah, bless her heart. She didn't get that house though. She got the mobile home that was probably worth 10,000, if that. Any slower, they'd be backing up. If the education was going any slower, they would be backing up. They almost made it to backing up, because that's what I'm saying. We're watching these videos, and I don't see improvement for the boys. The way that they're talking on these videos is about the same. Is Megan really educated? I don't know if Megan is really educated. I know she worked at a college as an administrator, and you don't have to have a degree for that. So I've never myself said she's educated, because I don't see proof of it. She could be. Tim says she is, but I don't know. I know she worked at a college, but I had administrative jobs in my days, when I was younger. I had four. I've had four administrative jobs in the past. So I didn't need a college degree for that. So she may not be.
My favorite part is the roof don't got any leaks. And
There you go.
That's a good one.
All right, now. Oh.
and that we gonna be able to sleep in our own room.
There you go.
Go ahead, Noah.
So they
He said they'll be able to sleep in their own room. They will be able to sleep in their own room. That's a baby that's ready for his own room. So I can only imagine what that means. First of all, we know Tim had them sleeping in those coffins. So that would be one thing, to be back in an actual bed and get out of this coffin. But then I'm sharing a room with my parents, and we can only imagine what that may or may not mean. I'm just saying, we know Benjamin got here some type of way, but that's what he's excited about, is getting his own room back. I forgot the first one he said, but that was the main one that I was focused on for him, is getting his room back. Yes, a real coffin. Yes. No, it wasn't a real coffin. He built little cubby holes for them to sleep in. So I did a video on it. I don't know what it's called, but I do have a video covering their living conditions. And Tim had knocked the wall out from in between where the bathroom would be, and made some little cubby holes in the corner for the boys to sleep in. So they had to climb down into those little cubby holes to sleep. That was their bed. And so I call it coffins, because would you want to sleep in that? Go into a little box and only have that opening? Like, that's what they were sleeping in. So no, not an actual coffin, but a coffin.
Sleep in your own room? That's good. You got your own bathroom and everything. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's right.
That's right.
So what about you? What was your favorite part?
I don't know. What was my favorite part? Oh yeah, the little decor that was at the bottom of the walls.
Oh yeah.
I like that, especially in our room, because the one that was in the homeschool room was kind of flimsy.
Yeah.
But the one that was in our room was solid. Like I can.
So he's still talking about liking that wainscoting. That was his favorite part of the house, and he couldn't wait to tear it out. So did you really like it? And if so, why wouldn't you hold on to that? Why wouldn't you figure out how to renovate your house and keep that? He went and wasted a lot of money.
I already see that, with some white paint and
So his favorite part was tricking them. That's a good one, and I agree with you. That was his favorite part, tricking them. Yep. We finally went and saw it. Y'all still being nice to me. Of course, the boys, they don't know no better, but Megan does. And how dare you take the majority of whatever they made off of that sale and you put it on this? We had so many options, and this is what you chose to do.
top, you know, and it looks like that one, because that's what I was saying about the one in the homeschool room. It looks like you can stain it darker.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the one in our room is stained darker already.
Right.
And yeah, so that, you know, we're all about what look, you know,
Right.
type things. So yeah, I would say that and also you know, the solid floors and the solid walls. There was one window, and probably all the windows are probably gonna be leaking. You know, that's a mobile home, so I might have to do a little bit of work on all the windows to stop leaking and things. But there was one window that was a little bit iffy. It had a little bit of brown spot under the window.
Yeah.
So I get on that, and like I say, it's all that's what's going through my mind right now.
Yeah.
It's all the work I have to do.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited, and it's like I'm over here like making plans.
That's good.
On what needs to be done.
Yeah.
You know, because it definitely needs a lot of work. Like, it's not, you know, you can move into it right now and not have to do anything. But the way that I want it to be is I want it to be like, you know, yeah, a home.
Establish a home.
Exactly. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to have to worry about eating my dinner and a bug running out.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So my favorite part, obviously, I like the laundry room. It's so nice, and like Tim was saying, there's a back door right there where you can come in, go straight to the laundry room, drop off your muddy pants, shirts, shoes, and you know, right there where it can be clean. So that was a great setup, like perfect for the farm, y'all. Perfect. So I love that. I liked our little room with the bathroom. We actually have our own separate bathroom for the first time. So the layout, I guess I would say the entire layout of the house.
Right. If she can display those certificates she printed out for them, she certainly needs to display her educational credentials. And I agree with that. It's been asked before why she doesn't have any of that up. And, you know, I imagine they'll give the same excuse as they do about not having pictures up, is that they want to see clean walls, clear walls, with, you know, ever since that makes. But yeah, I've never seen proof of her being educated. I'm not saying she is or isn't, but they have not proven that. He said that she was a college professor. All I was ever able to find was she was an administrator, which, you know, is a fancy word for secretary for the dean of the area that he said that she was the professor of. So I don't know. She could have a college degree, but if she does, Megan has book smarts and not common sense.
I really like that the kitchen, living room area, how our room is on the separate side of the house, and the laundry room is an actual room. So the layout is just.
So Megan likes that their room is on the other side of the house, and Titus likes that they're about to have their own room. So to me, that's saying a lot for everybody. Like, you know, families go camping and they'll be in a small space. Or I can remember when my children were little, if we went, you know, on vacation, we would get one hotel room with double beds. So there are situations where you're all in the same room. But to just live like that, and especially when you didn't have to, that's crazy. And he got rid of that fifth wheel that they could have kept through this process, and he chose to sell it. They all had their own sleeping areas. They had room to function as a family until Emma was ready, or whatever they chose to do. But he got rid of that. So now they're all sleeping on top of each other. And Megan is like, I'm glad our room is all the way over here. That means she needs her division and her privacy. Her privacy is gone. She has none. It's not saying I don't love my boys, I don't want them around me, but I'm so glad to have some separation for me to have my space and do me. So 2 out of 4 of the people have said this about what they're excited about. That's crazy. And he don't care. He was used to a confined space. He don't care about his family and what he put them through.
Perfect for us. And yeah, so that's what I liked. Lots of cleaning.
And then Tim would go and make it seem like they saved money during this time, but the house had already been sold. So that it was sold for them to be able to do this. It had nothing to do with saving money. And I'm sure whatever money Megan was making is what we saw him spending until his YouTube checks started looking different. So he was buying different things back then, little construction materials and stuff. Whose money was paying for that until he started really getting paid?
That is going to be cleaning, painting, and getting things to, just be cohesive and have that homey feel.
Absolutely. We got hotel rooms when we had toddlers. Never again. Exactly. Like, you know, the kids are young. They're not old enough to have their own room, so we all in this room together. But at home, everybody had their own space. My daughter had her room. My son had his room. We had our room. We had a guest bedroom. Like, everybody has their own space. But for traveling, okay, their kids were all in the same room. And when you go through that experience, you realize, okay, I can't wait for us to get back home, back to my own space. And they've been living this every day for months. That's crazy.
That we both are like feel from the Lord that He wants us to establish there. So, yeah, lots of that type of like detail work, and also like you were saying, making sure nothing is leaking. Like in that front room, there was a wet spot by the window on the baseboard, and then on the floor, but we're not sure why or where. There were no leaks in the roof or the ceiling, no brown spots or anything like that. So that gives us some, excitement that, it's solid and in a good shape right now. All right, y'all. Well, we're giving you our final thoughts. It's IG Farm.
It's all about God. We'll see y'all on the next.
So that was it for the two videos that I wanted to cover. I just thought both of them were interesting because, Tim tends to forget that he recorded. Let me scoot over. He recorded all of their history for all of us to see. Okay. He tends to forget that he recorded all of that for all of us to see. And it's just like, Tim, the proof is still out there of the things that you had your family going through. And it's sad. It's sad to watch that stuff. And, even though most of us have seen those things, you can forget the details. So I wanted to, for all of us to brush up on the details of those videos because, for one, Megan and her cooking, we see has always been consistent with not cooking. And then for Tim to be out there acting like he's doing the greatest thing since sliced bread for his family. And it's just like, no, you made horrible decisions. I'm trying to read some of y'all's comments. Where he from? Others because they sure would have told someone how they were living kids together. Right. Keep the kids separated. And I feel like that's why he does that, because he doesn't want his children to be able to talk to anybody and tell them how they're living. And then he don't want his kids to become wiser by possibly being able to talk to people and be like, that's not how that should go. Like, this is how we live. This is how we do, different things. Oh, what's going on in the comments? What did I miss? Megan talking like that trailer's the Ritz-Carlton. Right. And for any of us who don't feel like that's a nice way to live, we're entitled to that opinion. Megan and Tim had options. So, if you stay in a older mobile home, then nobody is attacking you personally. They sold a house to move into the country and to supposedly be doing better for themselves. Yet and still, that's what Tim went and chose. And everybody has a right to their opinion about it. And then they asked twice in this video for your opinion, which means that everybody is open to their own, criticism of that. And with the way that thing is getting more and more expensive, I don't feel like it was a good use of money. It could have been saved. It could a million things could have happened other than what he has done with that money. And now he's waiting on deposits so that he can finish dumping money into it. Too bad Jerry Springer retired. Yeah, I think did Jerry pass away? I think he passed away too. And what's his name that used to be his like bodyguard or bouncer on there, Steve Wilkos. He had started his show. Hello, Mabel. About their lives to us. Yes, Tim. Jerry passed. Okay. Yes, Tim and Megan brought their lives to us, so everybody has an opinion. And there's so many people that watch different things. We're always going to have a different opinion about something. And that's for any of us. We can agree on 99% of everything, and it still may be that one thing that we disagree about. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. There was somebody in here earlier that had a different opinion than me, and I'm not sure if they're still in here or not. You're free to have whatever thought you want to have. Just know that if you come over here, you're not going to change my mind about my thought. And I don't make these videos for anybody to change their thinking. Should you do that, I feel like that's a good thing. But that's not my point. I'm not trying to convince people to think differently, because to me, you are who you are. And I also feel like if you agree with a lot of what's going on over there, you're like-minded. So that's God's job, not mine. Megan's never going to, she knows she's never getting a cabin, even though Tim's talks like it's going to happen, but it's not. The love of money is the root of all evil. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, they are weird subscribers. And the reason that I feel like that is because if it's something that I don't want to see, I just keep going. And for me, like the perfect example is Tasha K. She has a lot of things that she covers, and she may cover something that I don't agree with. I'm not watching it. It don't mean she shouldn't have her show. It doesn't mean that she shouldn't have her opinion. It doesn't mean that because I didn't want to see it that you need to be quiet, because I think differently about this particular subject that you wrong. That's not what that means. But you have people that feel that way, and they want you to be quiet because they don't agree with you, and that's crazy. And then we just stay over here and keep watching. Like, go find something that you feel like will make your time valuable, because I'm not going to be quiet. I feel like I'm missing some stuff. I'm trying to keep up with the conversation. I know I missed something earlier. There's so many comments, though. It's hard to go back and find what I missed. Megan is right. Yeah, he definitely has a matrix out there, and he has fully indoctrinated her into it, and she is trying to figure out, like, how did I get here and how can I get out of it? According to Tim, Meg has a cabin. Really? She has a cabin where? Go back to IG Farms if you don't like our conversation. Exactly. It's like you can tell that it's like-minded people over here. So what do you think that you're going to change? This is not the conversation for you, and that is okay. It's okay that this is not the place for you. There is a place for you. They built it for you. Go over there and watch them. They got plenty of videos you can binge watch. You can actually go back and watch the same ones that I just watched and not hear my voice or my opinion about it. There's no truth on IAG Farms. I don't feel like there's any truth over there either. It's a lot of make-believe. It's hard to tell when the truth is even being told because there's so much make-believe going on. I'm trying to see, they keep... This is... Some of the comments are being filtered, and it's not me doing it. It's YouTube. I don't have like any words on my list or anything like that, so it's just, you know, something that they naturally do. Hi from Maryland. Hello, hello, hello. See, we spread out a little bit of everywhere. Who is Bridget? I haven't seen any of those comments. I knew I was missing something, but I'm not seeing it. What did they say? I saw the bye Bridget earlier, but what did they say? I'm trying to scroll back and see if I can see something. I missed it. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm not going to go back too far so I can keep up with y'all. In all seriousness, I hope nothing fatal happens down there before they get the help required. And that's where I am with it. So for the Bridget needs to go edit message. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can find what was said, but I forgot what I was about to comment on. Oh yeah, hoping nothing happens down there. That's the whole point in us talking, is to bring awareness to the things that we see, shed light on it, so that, heaven forbid, anything happen, people know that they were being prayed for. Like, we saw it, we called it out, and, you know, just hoping that something good will happen before anything bad can happen. You notice a few of your comments didn't come up? Yeah. The chat, it looks like it's moving slow, but I have it on my phone and then on my iPad. And when I look over at the iPad, I can see a whole lot more messages, maybe because the screen is bigger. And I can see where some comments are restricted, but it's doing it automatically, and I'm not even sure what it is. I mean, a few of them I can see why they did it, but I don't know. I guess this is why people have moderators, huh? I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. It is documentation, exactly. Like, there were people who saw it. There were people speaking up about it. People showing concern, and not just, you know, pretending like they didn't see it and going on with life. Like, it may be coming through your television or your phone or your tablet, but it's still real people. It's actual things that are happening out there. It's actual kids who are lacking an education, or maybe not getting fed enough, who are being made to do grown people's work, and, you know, just, to me, just being mistreated, period. Right. When you see something, say something. I don't understand how people just act like they don't see stuff. We got you over here, Staycation. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't understand how people act like they don't see it and then get mad at you because you said something. Like, okay, it's not in your character to speak up. I get that. But that's not everybody's character. See, it just. What is that? Oh, it was. Okay. I was trying to see, but you took your own message down. When CPS came out, they turned the comments off. You're exactly right. Um, Tim was upset. He was ready to cuss some people out. He wanted to lash out. He didn't know who exactly to lash out at, but he was ready to lash out. And so he just turned the comments off, thinking, because he said he had seen a conversation brewing somewhere, and that I can't remember his exact words, but it was like the gist of it was he should have put an end to it then. So he's thinking if he turns the comments off, people won't be able to talk to each other. And I'm thinking that he thinks that was what got it started, not realizing that everybody thinks independent and they just so happen to agree with each other. It wouldn't have mattered if they had been talking to each other or not. If the right person gets irritated enough, they're going to say something. The sheriff's department, and I believe she has to be aware of his actions. What's stopping her from contacting the right agencies? You know, they don't have the best relationship, so she possibly could, you know, either be contacting the right people or keeping her distance so she won't have to see anything. But it's possible that, you know, she has said something. Brick and stick home in the area. 7 acres with a brick home is selling for $143,000. Another stick built home on 7 acres is selling for $219,000. No way his tin can is worth that much. Yep, I agree. I agree. Tim is making up his value. It's the value is all in his head, and he's telling us what he feels like is worth, but the facts out there show something way different. Do you think he reached out to Sane? No, I don't. I don't know if he did, but judging from his personality, I don't think so. I think, you know, he doubles down on being angry with people. So no, I don't think he does. I mean, did. Someone asked you to sing. You know, I really don't sing like that. I just, you know, felt like in the moment to just give a little snippet of that song because I felt like the words went with the situation. But you know, I used to sing at in church, and I just really I don't sing like that no more. You know, they say if you don't use it, you lose it. I think I've lost it. About this, you saying wrong. I just said I pray for family, and then I got attacked. Pray about. I'm not saying anything wrong. I just said I pray for this family, and then got attacked. Property values in Mississippi are not high, especially for a rundown piece of junk trailer. Have they ever said how much they paid for their property? Have they ever put a dollar amount to that? Or he has just said that they, I was supposed to be looking it up and I forgot, but have they ever said how much they paid for it? I believe Charlie B stated last night that Sane had not heard from Tim nor Megan. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he's not that type of person. If he's angry, he gonna take it to the grave with him. A narcissist does not mature. Their emotions don't mature, so he's gonna always just be an angry person. Tim hates anyone to stand against his lies and manipulations. We all fall short. We all make mistakes. We all need accountability. Yes, all of us. And that's why I was saying, like, you can never feel like you're too, what is this? Said 20, another said 30. For the acreage, they paid 20,000 for the acreage. Where would they have gotten 30,000 from? 20,000 for some land. Yeah, I hope reaction spaces make it better for them and how they're living out there. I'm not a bully, but it's just like you have to just stay on top of Tim to make him feel some type of way, because not naturally he's just not going to do it. Oh, you thought I was talking about Emma? No, like their actual land. How much did they pay for that? Because y'all are saying like the properties in Mississippi are not that expensive, so I was just asking how much is land in Mississippi. Tim doesn't like for people to question him, and that's probably what happened with him. Friend, his mother, he feel like knew it all, and he don't want no one to question him or tell him what to do. Yeah, I feel like that too. Um, if you question him, then it puts you in a bad position, because let him tell it. He knows everything. He's never said a shortcoming of his, and he only admits to prison because he can't hide it. But let him tell it. He has no wrong. He's an expert at everything. That's what he thinks, even though you can see that that's not the case. That's what he feels, and he just steadily putting it out there on the airwaves, like he's educating people in a good way. Someone said 3,500. Okay, for 4 acres. Good Lord, that's very affordable if that's the case. Remember when she said they were on food stamps, and then Tim made her stop using them, and she had to feed a family of 5 on $50 a week. No wonder all they had was ramen noodles. Pride goeth before the fall. If they had food stamps, because I remember when I got my divorce, I applied for food stamps and was turned down. I was able to get them one time for maybe like 6 months, and then after that I couldn't get them anymore. I was like, well, shoot, I felt like I qualified for them, and the government said no, I didn't. So if they qualified for them, that lets you know financially where they were, and it's a shame that he will not get out and help her get groceries, but he'll tell her how to pay for them. I couldn't be Megan either. In this lifetime and any other one, I could not be Megan. I recall him saying it's worth 200,000. What? Adding up the land cost, house cost. So basically, he spent 200,000. which I can't even see him. He hadn't even bought that much materials. So where's the 200,000 come in? Tim just be talking. I'm glad that you see they say things on camera seem better for the boys since the reaction channels. I hope so. I really do. Um, I really do. Because it was eating at me. Tim wanted $75 for $200 worth of food stamps. Quite possible. Quite possible. Go back up real quick. I feel like I'm missing some stuff. Tim tried to sell me the food stamp card. If he realized he could have made money off of them, he probably wouldn't have made her give it up. Yesterday, land was bought in a tax sale. Oh, okay. Got you. Sold it for $45,000, but I don't know for a fact. Yeah, I believe he said before how much they sold the house for, and I believe I remember it being 45. There is a video of that. I'm trying to think of when it was. It's around the time that they had that fifth wheel, I believe, and he was talking numbers. I believe that's one of those videos that I saw where he was talking about like how much they were selling it for, and that they had looked into, because he said they didn't have to put it on the market. They mentioned it to somebody and they wanted it. So that's how it was sold. Those babies deserve so much more. They do. They really deserve so much more. Said in one of his videos they can build $1 million house if he wants to. I mean, okay. Do we believe that? Do we believe that he could build $1 million house if he wanted to? I mean, if you could, why would you even still be doing what you're doing? That sounds like he went down make believe again and just, wanted to say some stuff. Good night, Trinice. Yeah, he barely knows how to take care of the animals. I really don't know what Tim's angle was with that. Maybe somebody taught him something about farming in jail, and he thought he would be able to make money off of it, and he realized that that wasn't the case. Because there are farms that make money off of their animals, and IG only puts money into animals for themselves. So people who do sell their cattle, and even when they were doing the roofing, one of the guys said that they buy lamb all the time, and tried to work out a deal with Tim, and he said no. And he could have been making money like that, but he said no. So their meat is only for them. He won't even sell it to make a profit. Oh yeah, goats. That's what it was. It was goats, I think. Was it goats or sheep? I think it was goats. Yeah, it was goats. Remember, it was one of the roofers that was saying that they do like barbecues or something, and they're always looking for a place to buy goats from. I think that's what it was. Yep, gave meat away one time and let Tim tell it. They have done it multiple times. People are buying stuff everywhere. What does that mean? People are buying stuff everywhere. I'm not sure what that means. Yep, Junior's eyes say a lot. A whole lot. I don't even know. Like when you're modeling and they say you can smile with your eyes, he does the opposite with his eyes. His eyes say so much without him not ever opening his mouth. How is the actual farm making money? YouTube. That's it. He made Megan quit her job. Megan's job was it for them for years, and his occasional pay from pastoring, like going and doing evangelism or something, he would get money. He was a barber for a hot minute, but Megan has been the breadwinner. He had her quit, so YouTube is the only way that they make money. Right. Just look at their eyes. You don't have to listen to any words because it says so much. And that's why I get nervous about what could be going on when the cameras are off, because their body language is everything. They don't say yes sir like just out of respect. They say yes sir with fear in it. Who put a dead sheep head on the fence, Tim? Especially the sheep that was supposed to be one of y'all's pets. Named him, introduced him to everybody, and then got rid of him just like that. His pay probably wouldn't pay for fuel. Probably not. Or groceries. Because we saw what they were said they were eating. But let his supporters tell her his boys are happy, shaking my head. Right. Who don't watch them and not know that those kids are not happy? The happiest one is Titus, and his is conditional because he's the favorite. If he ever was switched into Junior's place or Noah's place, he wouldn't be happy either. The eyes of the oldest boys what caught my attention to that show. Those boys were scared of that man, and it was very obvious to me. I'm a grandmother, and I know abuse/fear when I see it. Yes, having discernment like that is so important for a person to not say anything and you pick up on those social cues. I don't understand how, like we all just discussed earlier, there was a point in time where we subscribed and we watched mindlessly, but you still could feel something was off. When you stop and just pay attention, you see the pattern of what's going on out there. And I don't see how you can have been subscribed to them for years and not see it. It's weird. Unsalted popcorn party. Oh. I try to imagine myself filming some of the stuff that they do, like just put myself in their place. Some of that stuff they come up with, they should just be ashamed of themselves. I don't understand animals' heads on a post. Me either. I know I used to see that. I used to watch the country westerns with my grandfather, and you would see that type of stuff. But modern day, I don't get it either. Those boys are out there playing baseball, football, soccer with three people when they should be experiencing playing team sports with other kids. And that's when they do get to play it with each other. Like, I haven't seen them get to do that type of stuff in a long time. I remember seeing that basketball goal, what, like a month or two ago. But the bicycles is really it for them right now. They should be experiencing team sports with other people. And it's sad that Tim watches football faithfully, but does not believe his boy should be experiencing that. Does Tim like football because he played it when he was younger? What will make you think your kids don't deserve that same thing? Love color. Thank you. Say they love the color of my hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. Benjamin is still young. Maybe he will break out of it, but he's showing signs that he will have a speech issue as well. Yeah, those two youngest ones, they need attention. They need some extra help. The jury is kind of still out on Benjamin, but right now it's not looking that good. Your channel is helping these babies, to be honest. I hope it is. I hope it is. I know it's a lot of people that have crazy stuff to say, but I wouldn't have even started doing this if I was scared about other people's thoughts about what I have to say. Why I can't watch them. Tim Jr.'s eyes is too sad to me. Yeah, Junior's eyes, they tell a tale. Like I said, somebody had mentioned that both of the juniors, the one that I covered in the Big Nut case, and then this junior, both of their eyes say so much. Very similar. Yes, I watched mindlessly until he insulted, belittled, and embarrassed his own wife one too many times. It gave me a jolt. That's when I started to pay closer attention. Yeah. So after they delivered Emma, that was the first video of theirs I ever saw. And then I started watching after that. It may have been maybe 2 videos after that. He did something dealing with Megan, and it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I put in the comments, "You're triggering." That's all I said to Tim, "You're triggering." And the comment disappeared. He never said anything about it, just deleted it. 2 other times I went in the comments and said things similar. The comments would just get deleted. He never would say anything, but I know he was seeing it. So that was when I just, started watching from that angle. It's like, it's no longer about what you say y'all are out there doing, because I see none of that is going to happen. But now I'm watching to see how you actually interact with your family, how you treating them. Like, something weird is going on here. What's happening out there? And yeah, that was what got me started down this path. He's rude. Why? I'm not worried about them. They still in here. They still in here for some reason. So thank you for the view. Haters gonna hate. I could care less. Let them troll. I really don't care. My skin is way thicker than that. Probably is Tim with a stained t-shirt on and armpits needing to go take a bath. But I don't care. Over there burning somebody's nose hairs out. Worried about lashes. You need to be worried about that 30,000 that you spent on Emma. That's what you need to be worried about. Oh yeah, that speech was horrible. So I'm sure it is him. Yeah, I saw where Junior was taken away, and I was so glad to see that. I was supposed to be doing an updated story about that, and I still haven't done it. But uh, he had been taken away when I did the video, and I was gonna do an update because that one had gotten so long. I didn't want to add it in there, but I do need to do an update. And that's the whole thing. Like, if people had not spoke up and said anything, he would still be over there with that man. But a huge amount of people had something to say, and they did something about it. Same thing we're doing over here. The exact same thing, shedding light on it. Good night, Bridget. I'm glad that you were, able to get something out of it. Why he doesn't do anything on Fridays. It's reaction channels. It seemed like he would just be a fly on the wall and be quiet, especially with that spelling that was going on. But, like I said, I got time today, so just weird people, very weird people. Know that you're talking about something that they don't care nothing about, and they still want to just sit there. Then when their feelings get hurt, they want to speak up. When I first seen Tim, he was bullying the Mississippi girl, saying she called CPS. Oh, that was your first interaction? Wow. Yeah, that was crazy. So he was heated. He was very heated about that phone call. And it's weird that people never see their wrong. They were given a chance to be different people. And like I said, to this day, they still leave Benjamin unattended. And that was supposedly what they said was one of the main things that was complained about. I can't remember the other things, but that was what he made the biggest gripe about. But then the very next video, Benjamin is outside with them. So then y'all did pay attention and you tried to correct yourself, but they real quickly slipped back into their old ways. Woo. Yep, I still see your comments. I have the same Roku fish tank as you do. Yeah, I love that fish tank. I used to like to always have a fish tank in my house, and since I have this RV now, I'm not dealing with fish, so I haven't named them yet. I should name them, but this is my fish tank. And I used to have one as big as this, like it was huge. It took up an entire corner of my house. And I love that fish tank, but yeah, I can't do it in here. A few of the fish that's on the screen. Yeah, I did too. I had some of these fish. Man, I loved my fish tank. You making me want one, but yeah, I don't need a fish tank. I'm just gonna name some of these one day. But it's peaceful to walk past it and like to just see the fish swimming and minding business. I love it. You had a saltwater tank. Um, was it a saltwater? I don't know if it was saltwater or not. So let's see, what year was this? This was like around the year 2000. So it's been, been a minute ago. But it may have been a saltwater tank. I just know the stuff, I had certain things that I had to buy to put in it. And that changing the water was, whoo, my goodness. I hated changing the water, but I had to change the water every now and then. I think it was a saltwater tank because I had a lot of stuff I used to have to put in it. No, I'm not in Memphis, but I have been through Memphis before. I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia years ago. And when I left Atlanta, I would travel back to do clients sometimes, and I would drive through Memphis a lot. But no. Tim did some very questionable exercises on his video the other day. I'm going to have to go watch that video. Or is it the one that I covered? The last one that I did? Because I saw him doing a few exercises, but is it that one or is it a newer one? Tim's TV on the fish tank. It would be funny if they had that fish tank in the background. It'd be no denying it after that point. That would be so funny. But yeah, I just thought that it was like a really cool thing to look at. As you know, it's not this is not a Roku TV, but I have the little Roku device that goes to it, so it turned it into a Roku TV. So I just made that be the setting for it. Because I used to, before I moved in this RV, I had a projector that I used as my television. So that Roku stick was hooked up to my projector as my television. And then, I don't need the projector anymore, so I just hooked it up to this TV. You took your nephew's Roku device. Yep, I love Roku. My daughter teased me. She was like, you need to get a Fire Stick. And I don't know, maybe I do, but I like Roku. Like, I've had Roku for so long, these little remotes, I can operate it in the dark without even looking because I've, dealt with Roku for so long. So I don't want to switch it up. Said not the mayo. Yeah, I saw the comment. I just like, some of the stuff, I'm reading it. I don't want to repeat it. But yeah, projectors. I love my projector. I started out with a cheap one that I had gotten. It was like a leftover from a Black Friday sale. And it did okay, but I was like, I know it can be better. So I went and bought a more expensive one, and I loved it. I loved it. Loved it. You said you was waiting for Charlie Brown, are you playing in the background? Charlie Brown? Yeah, the remotes are easy to lose. And I actually have an aftermarket one for my television in my bedroom because to this day I don't know what happened to that remote. So I had to get an aftermarket and it works perfect. But they're very easy to lose. And they are small. I think it'd probably be a bigger issue for a man than a woman though, but same here with your Fire Stick remote. Yep, they very easy to lose. They said though that the newer remotes have where you can speak to it and find it. And I didn't know that they had done all of that. So I guess that was a huge issue with Roku is people losing the remotes because they're so small. What? Shot the TV? It is upsetting to lose a remote. Um, it's very upsetting, and these are so small. I've heard multiple people talk about losing a Roku remote. So I know that it's very easy to happen, but to get that upset, Unc might need some counseling. He might need to take a few anger management classes. Okay, sunshine. Excuse me. Good night. I'm gonna stay on a few more minutes and get off myself, but y'all know I'll be enjoying the conversation. And I finally made it. He said Charlie Brown on Tim's TV because it's Charlie B's thing. Are you saying that Tim will have Charlie Brown playing? Tim is so weird. It's just he's so weird. I hope that some real changes are made out there. So I have the remote on my phone too. I'm trying to think because something happened and I couldn't use the remote on the phone. I couldn't get it to sync up. So like if you switch your, what do you call it? Wi-Fi, because I had moved. So if you switch your Wi-Fi name and that TV is still connected to the old Wi-Fi, then you have to do some type of maneuver to get around that. So I never could get my TV one to sync back up with the television. I mean, my phone one, I couldn't get it to sync back up with the TV because it was still on the old Wi-Fi. So I ended up having to, I YouTubed it like everybody does. And it said if you put in the old, like have a device where you can put in your old Wi-Fi and make it look like it's the old Wi-Fi and then change it to the new one, then you can sync it back up. So I did that a couple of times with my tablet, but I got tired of doing that. So I just went and bought a aftermarket one because it kept going back to the old one for some reason. I don't know what was going on with it. I probably need to update my TV because it's really old, but it still works. So it's gonna have to make me get rid of it. What we all waiting for? Good night, Mari. I'm glad you finally made it to one of the lives. Um, Yeah, Megan needs a backbone. And y'all know Tim said they sell them at Walmart, so she needs to go to Walmart and get her a backbone. Okay, Paulette, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And like I said, I'm going to be consistent for March. So I fell off in February, but I'm going to be more consistent this month. So I won't be MIA like I was. Yeah, I believe Tim gives her summaries as well and just makes her think that it's his idea. Like he's barking orders at her, but he's really getting it from the reaction channels. I really believe that. Yeah, I can't imagine what that trailer smelled like. I will be live again soon, Sharon. You did good tonight. I didn't have to take your phone from you. It's jackpot that's gonna get their phone taken tonight. We've been on one. Roxanne, I will be watching. I don't comment as much. Well, I appreciate the support. I know a lot of people may not say anything, but they, tune in, and I appreciate all of the support. That trailer pop. I almost read that. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. Thank you all. You said I was overdue. I appreciate all of y'all for supporting. I really do. Did you notice in your last video there was a towel on Tim's side of the sofa? So I did. I paid attention to because it's on his side and then the side um where the boys sit, where I guess Junior usually is. I noticed that. I noticed the towels on both sides of the sofa. So thank you because I do need my Yeah, you were on your best behavior tonight, so you get to keep it. Good night, Mabel. Thank you for tuning in. I see a lot of y'all are tapping out, so it's probably time for me to be quiet. But yeah, I noticed those towels on the sofa. It's like when I watched the video, I saw the towels. Then when I reacted to the video, I forgot to even bring up the towels. So, but I did see them. I'm not sure, you know, the significance of that because they're not going across the entire sofa like they're trying to protect the entire sofa. Well, I don't know. But I could imagine that they don't want Tim to have that sofa looking like he got that chair looking. But still, yeah, I don't know. But I did notice them. It's proof that they watch every one of my shows. I hope that they watch it, but I also hope that he is really taking notes. If he have to fake it till he make it, just start treating those babies better than what he does because it's heartbreaking to watch the way that they're being raised. I hate it. I hate it for them to have to get up early in the morning and go feed animals and you haven't even been able to feed yourself yet, and to be limited on the amount of meals you get per day, to not be able to just go outside and play like normal little kids, to be on pins and needles when one of your parents come around. Like I hate it for them out there. I do. Well, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you made it to one of the lives. What does it say? Grandma Love Ford, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you were able to make it. Good night, Mark. Haircuts every 3 months, right? We could just make a long list of the things that the boys are suffering through. So I really do hope that they do watch the videos and that he is trying to make some improvements, or either just get so tired of hearing it, just like, ooh, let me do this so she'll shut up. Okay, well then do it. Whatever make you do it, just do it. Farm hands and not little kids, exactly. Tim carries a black gunk wherever he sits. Yep, like pig pen. The baby sheep got more screen time than Megan. She must be on punishment. They must have got into an argument or something. He stains. Yeah, he stains. So he had to get a towel placed over his seat. They watch everyone. They said for her to make the plates instead of putting the food on the table. Plus, Benjamin had an actual plate and wasn't served directly on the high chair. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. I must have not watched that video, but I'm so glad to hear that, because yeah, that was irritating to see him always being fed directly on that thing, and then her taking up room. Like, they trying to set this little scene by putting all this food on the table. Just fix those plates so that they can eat. Oh, cousin Angela, thank you for the super chat. Um, thank you for the super chat. I'm scared to read your, but yes, thank you for the super chat. Oh, I catch the direction of all of it, like the towels being placed on the sofa and all of that. I'm just, trying to make sure that the video is able to stay up and that they don't be like, no, you can't publish the video. So I don't want to read things out loud that might, get it taken down, but duly noted. Duly noted. Yes, duly noted. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They all got rashes. Yes, they all have rashes, and like, ringworm is the only thing I can think of that spreads like that, but whatever it is, it's serious and it needs to be addressed. Yep, Tim's voice is irritating. What is this? You saying IG Farms just dropped? Oh no, that's Chrissy Living My Life. I'm not sure who that is. Is it Kim Yada? Hello? Trying to see if I have missed any of y'all stuff. Love your reaction channel. Great commentary. Stay with it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The chat is slowing down, so I think it's time for us to get out of here, y'all. Megan was eating. Oh yeah, the little when they got a little taste of that steak and she scarfed it down. Yeah, she was starving, and that's why I say when she's cooking, I feel like she munches on something. So everybody else around her is starving, but she has been able to manage to kind of regulate her being hungry. But when Tim was in there fooling with those steaks, you could tell that her hunger level was right there with everybody else, and it's sad. But people will control your food just to keep control over you as well. There's no telling the amount of manipulation going on out there. Good night, good night, good night, Diane. Thank you. Let's say. In the news, how there's a shortage of goat meat in the area. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and cover that story. I tried to look up some stuff. I really didn't come across too much, so I know that I was looking it up wrong. So I'm gonna have to research it a little bit better so that I can bring that to everybody. Some kids say. No, they never say mom or dad. Tim is sir, and Megan, she really doesn't get addressed. They're only taught to have manners for Tim. They're not taught to have manners for Megan. They're not taught to respect her like that. And that's what I had brought up in the last video I covered with T.I. and how his boys have been taken up for Tiny. Tim's boys wouldn't do that because they're not taught to do that. They're taught to tease her along with him. So I have noticed that. Good night, Jackpot. I will definitely be remembering you. He took everything from her, even her hair. Oh, that her hair is out of there. And even this video that we just watched of them, both of those videos, she used to keep her hair pulled up like mine. And she can't do that now. And then Megan's edges have just, they leaving her. And stress will do that to you. He has stressed all of her hair out of her head. And then she doesn't get to take care of herself. So just, lack of maintenance is not helping either. Ooh, yeah, that beard, it always just sits whichever way it is. One side is longer than the other. It's never like perfectly rounded. It's always sitting off to one side. Where she rolled her eyes. Yeah, I've seen her roll her eyes a couple of times. After she had the surgery, was it? Yeah, it was after that surgery. That medicine had her feeling free, and she was, very bold about what she had to say then. He was laughing it off, but, I know she was serious because she didn't have a filter. But, yeah, she'll roll her eyes, and I can only imagine what emotion she holds back that we never get to see. When he kept talking about the kitchen table. Because she probably was thinking the same as with the purchase of Emma. Like, you did it again. Wasting all this money on stuff that you think is nice and it's not. Because you could tell when she was leaned against the sink in the kitchen, her mouth is saying that she liked it, but her body language was saying everything but that. Yep, that was her emotion. Yeah, never see them in an argument. She's gonna back down every time because she's scared of him. Like, what would he do to her if she actually spoke her mind? If she actually said how she's really thinking and feeling? They'll never have an argument. And if they do, it's off camera where we can't see it. But even so, here lately, I haven't felt that tension like I used to, where it felt like they'd be having a back and forth. So I think that he's taking the fight out of her. Yes, that's what she said. I know who you are. I know who you are. And rolled her eyes. I know who you are. Yes. No filter for him. That medicine had her just spilling the beans. He'll show anything but a baby chicken. His chickens are going to be gone soon. Yeah, I be wondering what's going on with those chickens. He don't really mention them like he used to every blue moon. But he does not shed light on them hardly ever. Well, thank you for tuning in. Like, yeah, I'm towards the end of it now. We've had a lot of people say good night already, and I'm probably about to, but I'm still glad that you tuned in. And I think it uploads as soon as I get off, but uh I'm still glad that you said hi. Thank you. Yeah, no woman wants the camera on them looking like that. She's already not able to fix up like she used to, and then you really have her at her worst, and she can't do anything about it. She's under the influence of medication. She's weak. She has IVs and stuff in her, and he just got it. And she had said before she really didn't want that camera in there, but of course Tim, did what he wanted to. He didn't care. The thrill is gone with the chickens on to something else. Yep, I agree with that. That's how Tim is with everything out there. He'll be excited about it for a little while, and then when the thrill is gone, on to the next. Shame on Funky Man. I think I'm gonna get out of here, guys. It's I don't know. Trying to see how long I've been on. I really, let's see. Yeah, it looks like 3 hours and some change. So yeah, that's about when I tap out is around that 3 hour mark. So I think it's time for me to call it a night. Pecan lie forgotten on the floor in the trailer. He won't tell y'all about James and Jimmy in jail. Now, if he have jail stories, he gonna take those to his grave unless one of them speak up. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live here, guys. I have enjoyed y'all as always, and like I said, this month I'm going to do better. So I want to do a live a week. So I will be back next week with another live, but I'm going to be doing reactions, in the meantime. So if I don't do a reaction tomorrow, I'm going to do one the day after tomorrow and get back on track with what, I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. And I will see you guys in a couple of days. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the super chats. I love, love, love the community over here. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Good night. Bye.